Alrighty guys, what's going on everybody? Welcome back here to another tropical weather update. Hope you guys are doing good. I told you guys I'll be back here if anything crazy happens, which they did upgrade the track, and yeah, things are looking a little bit interesting. But what's up everybody? Let's go ahead and hop over here to the main screen. Alright, let's go ahead and get back on into this. So let's go ahead and see who we got here for this live stream. We got ourselves Frankie, we have Arctic or Courtney, we have Helena. Let's see here. We have Jason. We have Seven Impist. Let's see here. Got ourselves. Did I already say Aiden? Well, Aiden's here. Adriana. Let's see here. Let me see. Sharon. We have Devin. We have Famous. We have Karen. What's up, everybody? Once again, hope everyone's having an amazing night so far. So, yeah, things are getting a little hairy out there in the tropics. Like I said, obviously this thing, we did just get a new update from the Hurricane Center. That is the reason why I wanted to go live again, is to obviously, you know, inform you guys of what's going on, what the situation out there towards Florida. Like I said, Florida's under a state of emergency now, for I think 33 counties, that is in the state of emergency. So we're going to need to, you know, be watching out for this here closely. Right now, okay, right now, you know, from the Hurricane Center, they have a Category 1. You know, obviously this thing will be coming to Category 1 well before landfall here for basically the morning of the 29th. This thing being a Category 1 hurricane. Tracking its way up to the north here, you know, or kind of northeast here. So right about the afternoon of the 29th, we're talking sustained winds of 80 miles an hour with gusts up to 100. But I think it's going to pick up a little bit more strength, personally, considering like the trends in the models I've been watching here. It seems like things have been getting a little bit more vicious. And one of the big things that they updated, one of the big things that they said here, is the fact that this thing's expected to remain a tropical storm even until eastern North Carolina. So we were talking about this here earlier, and how it had the potential, obviously, of going through southern Georgia as a tropical storm. Well, now it's supposed to possibly even be a tropical storm throughout portions of, obviously, you know, South and North Carolina. So we're going to need to be watching out for this here closely. What's up, Teresa? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Let's see here. See, I'm sure Polk is one. Yeah, Polk County is included. Yep. Polk County is inside the state of emergency. Let's see here. Will the cone shift more east or west in the next update? It really depends. Like I said, obviously, it's up to the models. But like I said, right now, the center, like I said, you know, this is the cone of uncertainty here. So basically, this is where the center of the storm can end up making landfall. It could go as far west as Panama City or as far east as Tampa. That's being the center of the storm. That's not where you feel the storm. To the Floridians out here who live in these regions, they obviously know what the cone of uncertainty is. But the cone goes all the way as far to the right as Tampa and as far to the left here as Panama City. So we are kind of expecting, you know, landfall to be right there for the Big Bend here. Basically right near Apalachicola down to Spring Hill. I'd see that's, you know, that's probably the best area. The most likelihood that you'll see landfall is somewhere in these regions here. Like I said, not really much has changed. I feel like the latest cone has this maybe ever so slightly more to the east. Because, I mean, I remember last cone from the live stream we did here earlier, they basically had the cone, or literally the storm going up into, like, North Carolina as a depression, not a tropical storm. Like I said, this thing's expected to hold its tropical storm characteristics here all the way even until the 31st, the late 31st here, which is, a little interesting. Let's see, what is the tornado threat? So right now there's no tornado threat from the Storm Prediction Center, but there will be. There will be a tornado threat here for portions of Florida coming on the 30th. Like I said, anytime you have cyclone-induced, or anytime you have a hurricane or tropical cyclone, or just a really strong low-pressure system, they're what we call cyclone-induced tornadoes, where basically you have, on the right-hand side of the system, you basically have, you basically do essentially have, the ingredients that are needed for tornadoes to occur. So we'll need to keep an eye on it. The problem is it looks like it won't weaken much as it moves inland. Honestly, it looks like it's, let's see, so it goes basically from 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. So that's 24 hours of movement right here. So between southern South Carolina and east central North Carolina, that's 24 hours of movement there. You can see that they don't have the little plot here as it makes landfall. Again, once again, like the models have the landfall spot somewhere in here between Apalachicola and like Tampa. But yeah, no, honestly, like I said, we'll look at the models here in a second. I'll go ahead and show you guys this. It's actually pretty crazy. Let's see here. But we'll have to definitely watch out for. Like I said, what I'm really concerned about is like the oceanic surface temperatures. I mean, it is absolutely boiling out there. Let me go ahead and bring that up to show you guys. So basically for, a tropical storm or a hurricane to be born, it has to have those surface waters of at least 26 degrees Celsius. And if I take you guys over here to the, to the plot here, here we go. I'll go ahead and bring it over to you guys actually. You can actually see that the, the East Gulf is really, really hot. It's like a hot tub out there. I mean, we're talking literally near 90 degrees Fahrenheit, or about 30, 31 degrees Celsius, which is definitely a little bit on the hotter side, which will, like I said, right now this system is located right here, right between the, the tip of the Yucatan, as well as western Cuba, right between there. It's going to be stalling here for about 1 or 2 days, okay? It's going to be sitting here for about 1 or 2 days, essentially. Like I said, eventually this thing's going to start to get a little bit more of a northerly movement and kind of do something like this, according to the majority of the models, kind of what we're looking at. But yeah, no, it's gonna sit there and it's basically just gonna sit there and marinate across some still really warm waters. Across the, once again, the tip of the Yucatan and the western side of Cuba. If I actually bring you guys over here to the satellite imagery here, we're gonna bring you all over to that here right now. Like I said, if I bring you all over here. Once again, we can actually see that there is some, some pretty good circulation going on here. The system's doing a lot better than it was for yesterday's live stream. Yesterday's live stream was just a bunch of, unorganized thunderstorms, not even a visible low-pressure system there. No, I mean, you could see this thing. Very, very obvious. We got that counterclockwise movement there. That's, what these systems do, is in the northern hemisphere, they rotate counterclockwise. And you can see we're already starting to get that slight turning effect there. That's that low-pressure system strengthening. It's that's a sign that this thing is definitely getting its act together. I mean, you can see that the thunderstorms are still kind of away from the center. There's still a little bit of dry slots in between. But like I said, that is something that we need to watch out for. So this thing's just gonna sit here for like the next 1 to 2 days. Essentially, it's just gonna be sitting here for like the next 1 to 2 days. And like I said, with those waters, with those really warm waters, it's just gonna be able to sit there and just brew. 30 degrees Celsius water's perfect. Like I said, it has to be at least 26 degrees Celsius, and it's well over that. So the ingredients, there's really not much limiting factors of this thing, growing. I think, honestly, as you're going to see in the models, I think this thing, I think the models are, or I think the Hurricane Center might be underdoing this right now, but obviously, they're doing that just to, be precautious and just to be safe and stuff like that, overall. Let's see here. Let's see, Scratchy Wolf says, new sub here from Knoxville. Let's see, but I'm a meteorology nerd. I know the current track leans on the European model. How you thinking the high pressure is weakening? Oh, however, I think the high pressure is weakening. Okay, I said, how do you think the high pressure is weakening? Like, what? No, but honestly, personally, like I said, I really do think that this thing's going to be able to pick up a little bit more strength than what the current cone suggests here. I mean, we're talking, sustained winds of around 50 with gusts up to around 65 as it starts moving north here. It's going to start really getting its kick for the 28th. It's going to really start moving here for the 28th here, so basically for tomorrow. Obviously being on, what was that? Tomorrow is Monday. Okay, so for Monday, it'll continue to really start pushing north. And like I said, right now, according to the latest cone, from the National Hurricane Center, we're talking, once again, this thing to be the transition from an upper level tropical storm into a Category 1 hurricane right here for basically the morning of the 29th. So, essentially the morning here for Tuesday. Basically Tuesday morning, this thing's expected to go Cat 1. So the morning, 75 sustained with gusts up to 90. By the evening, sustained winds of 80 with gusts up to 100. So we're going to see some strengthening as this thing, obviously works its way into that warmer area of water. So yeah, definitely need to be looking at that for that. Could this possibly affect Tampa? Yes, there's a shot it could affect Tampa. Like I said, the cone of uncertainty right now does go its way towards Tampa Bay. So, like I said, you being a Floridian or questioning about Tampa, you probably know what the cone of uncertainty is. So basically, the center of the storm could track as far east as Tampa. According to the current model projections, it could go as far east as Tampa, St. Pete area, or it could go as far west as Panama City, the center of the storm. So that's that. Let's see here. Andrew is better than the Weather Channel. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, I've been studying meteorology for probably like 5 to 7 years. I don't remember the exact date I started, but it's been years. But no, I've just always loved this. Just always loved tracking, the weather and everything like that. And, All right, let's see here. Mother Nature's working. That's for sure. That's for sure. Yeah, like I said, yeah, we definitely have got to keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Courtney or Arctic says, do I think it's going to turn over me, Drew? Okay, so you're not in the cone, Courtney. Orlando's not in the cone. Obviously, like I said, they did issue state of emergency for 33 counties in I think it was 33 counties in Florida, mostly for the Big Bend area. But for you and out in Orlando, they do not have obviously Orlando, Orange County. They do not have any state of emergency in place for you. I looked at it, I didn't see it, but I would still watch it because theoretically we could still be seeing some of those outer bands work towards it. Let's see. So I'd keep an eye on it. You could get some of those outer bands, Court. And whoever lives in Orlando could still get some of those outer bands. And like I said, with this thing, there could be a tornado threat on it too. That's the thing about cyclone-induced tornadoes is that, on the right-hand side of these cyclones, you get all the ingredients that are matched together to, actually, to allow for, the stronger wind shear, at all levels of the atmosphere, as well as a lot of instability, which will allow for a few tornadoes possibly towards Central Florida. We need to watch out for it. Let's see here. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, like I said, things are getting a little crazy out here with this system. I tell you what. Like I said, obviously, this system has been uptrending, for quite a while. It's starting to really pick up. And, once again, I was really surprised that whenever I woke up this morning, like I said, the structure of the system and, observational view. I mean, like I said, it was literally, yesterday it was just a bunch of disorganized thunderstorms. That's all it was, just kind of a little line of thunderstorms, just not even rotating really. And I woke up this morning and I seen a big blob. It was a big blob of just a bunch of, thunderstorms in one centralized location. And then I came back here later on and I seen it was rotating pretty good. And like I said, right now this thing is this thing is now a tropical depression. Right now the current system here is sustained winds of 35 with gusts up to 45. And like I said, it's kind of just going to kind of sit there. It's going to kind of stall. Barely move. Look at this. This is from 8 a.m. and then this is to 8 p.m. So this is like a 12-hour span, and look how little movement it does. So it's just kind of sitting there essentially. And like I said, that's what worries me. That's what concerns me a bit. Is because yes, it's close to obviously the Yucatan and obviously Cuba. So yes, some of the system's going to be over land, but like I said, the oceanic, it's getting all of its fuel it needs, really, because there is so much Like I said, there's so much warm waters out here where it's just going to be sitting. And like I said, a lot of the models have been starting to pick up on that. So it could get a head start, depending on, how fast it strengthens here. I mean, we've already seen it happen from yesterday to today. If that continues to be the trend, which is pretty likely, I'd say, it could get a head start and be stronger by the time it gets, to the warmer waters in, just west of Florida. Is this going to hit St. Pete? It's, like I said, it's not out of the question. I mean, you're probably going to feel some of the, effects out of it, out there towards Tampa Bay. It's possible. Like I said, you are still in the cone of uncertainty. Like I said, the track is expected to go west of you, but it could, theoretically, still go near you. So, keep an eye on it. But like I said, you'll probably get some of those inner middle bands out of it, maybe, depending if it literally goes the track that the Hurricane Center has it going. If it goes through that line, you would probably get some of those inner or middle outer bands, essentially. Let's see here. Is there any chance for this thing to could it possibly get upgraded to Cat 2 or no? Personally, if you want to know my opinion on this, like I said, this is not the Hurricane Center's outlook, but this is just my personal opinion. I think it will. I mean, I think this thing has the potential of at least being Cat 2 or Cat 3, according to, the models I've been watching, the trends, the observations, compared to what I've seen yesterday. I think it has the potential of being a nasty one. I really do. Like I said, right now it's kind of low because, obviously there's still a lot of things that need to be worked out. Like I said, the Hurricane Center obviously is, trying to make this, trying to be understandable with this system, and just watching it before they throw out a big cone and be like, oh yeah, it's going to be like a big hurricane. They're not going to just go out and throw that right away. They're just going to kind of wait until we get some more information because, things could change. Things could definitely change. I mean, obviously no forecaster is 100% accurate, nor will they ever be. But, from the amount of sources and the information that we have, like I said, I think it will upgrade. I think it will, personally. Let's see here. Franklin's Lane projected Category 4. Yeah, so that's actually another system I'll briefly show you. Earlier, this thing was just blessed by becoming a Cat 3. Now it's supposed to be a Cat 4 in the latest update here. This thing's literally set to be a Category 4 hurricane here. Let's see, with maximum sustained winds of 130 miles an hour, with gusts getting up to 160. Now, luckily, this is going to be far away from U.S. mainland. It's going to come a little close to Florida, or not. I'm used to talking about Florida. It's going to come a little bit close to Bermuda here. Obviously, we're going to be feeling the effects, of some storm surge, maybe some rip currents issues out there towards Bermuda. Same thing for the U.S. East Coast. I mean, we're going to feel it out of both of these systems, most likely. Let's see here. With the Gulf being boiling bowl of soup right now and rapid intensification, I could see it being Cat 3. Yeah, not to mention, there's a lack of wind shear, too, which is good. So, lack of the winds, essentially. We are, we're not seeing too strong winds, so that's good. So if you have a lot of strong winds, I mean, you think hurricanes, they have strong winds, yes, but that's for them. That's for the system alone. For any foreign system, so any other system outside of the hurricane, if there's strong winds that's venting right on the hurricane, it would literally just rip it apart. That does not seem to be a concern. It seems like there's no strong wind threat for this system. Same thing. There's a lot of moisture in it as well. From the surface to the upper levels of the atmosphere, there's tons of high humidity values, which is indicating a lot of moisture, a lot of potential a lot of water vapor up there. Let's see here, the tropics are getting active. They are. They definitely are. Got to keep an eye on it. Let's see here. I don't know anything right now about the high tide threat, but it definitely will cause some surging. I can tell you that one. It still determines on the strength, the track, and the movement. That obviously, like I said, that's the three big things. The three big question marks: the track, so basically where it's going to go; the movement, basically how fast it's moving; and the intensity is how strong it is. That'll all determine all the main things. So it's really three things you got to put in the focus. Let's see, any impacts for Southeast Virginia? It's possible. I mean, I'm not ruling it out, but yeah, I mean, Southeast Virginia is in the cone where maybe, some depression activity, like I said, tropical depression activity, maybe like 35-mile-an-hour winds. It's possible, but like I said, that's in the long range. I'm not going to say anything about that area right now. Right now, we're just focusing on, obviously, it hitting Florida first, because it's still a couple days away from that as well. So, still a little bit hard to tell. Obviously, it's still a little bit hard to tell of what's it going to do. I mean, we still don't know how the system's going to react, and how far either right or left it's going to go. Will Jacksonville be affected? Probably, yeah, especially for coastal Jacksonville. Because the thing is about these systems is, like I said, obviously they rotate counterclockwise, so you'll have the low going, according to the Hurricane Center, right around here. So basically they rotate counterclockwise, and this could actually allow for the waves to be smashing against the shore here. So obviously this could cause some flooding out towards eventually even maybe towards Jacksonville, then turning into like a possible rip current concern because you get those waves pulling away from the shoreline, which can be a problem. Obviously the current pulling back away, and obviously on the other side it's a lot of surging potential, so the waves pushing towards the coastline, out there towards like Savannah, Georgia, near Hilton Head Island region. You guys could feel this, according to the current track we have. Yes, looks possible. Like I said, right as it reaches, look at this. It's still expected to remain a pretty decent intact tropical storm here between portions of Georgia and South Carolina. We're talking sustained winds of 50 miles an hour with gusts getting up to 65. So obviously, whenever it comes to it, we're still seeing some impacts possible out there. Let's see here. Logan says, thank you for all you and your team does. Stay safe, Floridians. You're very welcome, Logan. So we're glad to be here for you guys. Let's see here. Hello from Panama City, Florida. I stayed for Michael in 2018. Very similar path. Kind of seems that way, actually. Yeah, Panama City, like I said, obviously you are still in the cone. It could go as far, the center could go as far west as Panama City or as far east as Tampa. There's a big gap. It's still a big gap to determine on where this thing's going to go. But the line of best fit, obviously, like I said, that central point in the models goes straight through. The Big Bend here is it's kind of where we're expecting this. Can it reach Category 2 if the wind shear weakens? Well, if the wind shear weakens, like I said, obviously, foreign to the system, I think this thing will, get up to that at least, personally. Even though the National Hurricane Center doesn't say anything about it right now, they're just being safe with their outlooks right now. They're just being safe. But like I said, from what I've seen with the latest models and the latest information, like, observations, from satellite, everything like that, and as well as the models, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if we wake up in the morning, this thing's a Cat 2, or expected to be a Cat 2. Not at the time being tomorrow, it won't be a Cat 2 tomorrow, but, the forecast getting up to Cat 2. Would not be surprised. Wind shear's already really light. Yeah, that's why it's not moving. It's just sitting in that one spot because there's no winds that's pushing it anywhere. That's the thing. Obviously, to steer these systems, you need to have a little bit of winds to kind of push them in one direction. But that's why it's just stalling. That's why it's just set to stall between, the eastern Yucatan and, western Cuba, is literally just because it's just, there's like no winds out there. So the systems, obviously are surrounded by some really warm oceanic water out there in the Caribbean and the Southern Gulf. So it's just sitting there, and it's going to be picking up some intensity. Let's see here. With water temperatures being historically high, how confident is the forecast strength? I'm very confident this thing will go over Cat 1. Very confident. If I was to give it a percentage, I never like doing 100%, but I give this at least an 80% chance of achieving Cat 2. So you do not look at the NAM. NAM is not a good model to look at for tropics. The good ones is like European model, GFS. HWRF is okay, but it's a little overheated. I'm going to go ahead and bring you guys over here to the models. And you guys are probably going to see some scary stuff. I'm not going to lie with y'all. Like I said, don't be scared. Obviously, just be prepared. There you go. Don't be scared. Be prepared. So, like I said, I'm going to start off with the HWRF model. Now, just know that this model tends to be a little bit more on the aggressive side, usually, in terms of model runs. But, like I said, you'll see exactly what I'm trying to say. So right now, here's the eastern Yucatan Peninsula here, and there's western Cuba. It's kind of hard to tell where we're at, but you guys know where we're at now. So as it just sits here, you can see, according to the HWRF, this thing just undergoes rapid intensification. By the morning of the 28th, so by tomorrow morning, this model shows it already being like a pretty decent tropical storm, and continues to undergo rapid intensification. It goes there near western Cuba as a possible hurricane, according to the HWRF. Like I said, obviously it's, obviously this is one of the more heated models here, but then it continues moving up north, obviously, rapidly intensifying because it's running into a lot warmer waters, and has this thing going right there towards the Big Bend. As a 943 millibar low pressure system, like that is really strong. And the lower level dynamics here has this thing, you know, having winds of around 108 knots. So that would be, I believe, around 120 miles an hour, if I'm not mistaken. Now, once again, like I said, that's one of the heated models here. Just a little something I want to show you guys. There's the eye. You guys can see according to the future infrared here. So like I said, it's just going to sit there and stall for, you know, like a day or two. It's going to start tracking west, and then it's going to quickly strengthen, and then, like I said, head off and just die out. So that's according to, that's according to the HWRF model. Now, once again, you can't just take one model into consideration. You gotta obviously look at other models too. So we're gonna hop over to the HMON model. This is another pretty decent forecast model here. Oh, actually, a new run's coming out here. All right, so let's see. We'll just take a look and see what we got. So new run still supporting. Wow. This thing has a tropical storm, if not a Category 1, as it leaves the Yucatan and the western side of Cuba. Like, it has it getting a Cat 1 early. I mean, according to the latest Hurricane Center outlook, we'll hop back to the models in a second. According to the latest Hurricane Center outlook, they have this thing becoming a hurricane as early as like 8 a.m. on the 29th. And this model was showing it as early as like 11 a.m. the 28th. So, like I said, we're gonna know a lot about this system as it marinates over eastern, like I said, obviously over eastern Yucatan and the western side of Cuba. Like I said, it's just gonna sit there, it's gonna marinate, and we're gonna learn a lot from it. Let's see here. Do I think 935 is possible for landfall? There's really no models that show it getting down that low right now. I'm gonna say that's very unlikely. Very unlikely. 7 says, yep, it's gonna be major. I'm not saying it yet, but I think it has a possibility. I do. We'll see. Like I said, we'll have to see. I mean, like I said, obviously, whenever it comes to it right now, it's only forecasted to be a Cat 1 according to the Hurricane Center. But like I said, from the models we're looking at, from the observations, you know, like I said, in terms of what the storm's doing right now, it looks pretty healthy right now. Other than the fact that we still need to, you know, get those thunderstorms more, more together. They're kind of still a little scattered, but yeah. Let's see. It is expected to get near the Big Bend. That's kind of where we are expecting landfall here for the system. All right, we're going to hop on back here, back to the models, y'all. So once again, that's the latest HMON model. We're going to go to the previous run, the 18Z run. So we're going to take this a little further. So this model and the last run, let's say the new one's coming out right now. We'll give that a few minutes to update here. But here's the last one. This one shows it going more west towards like Panama City, as you guys can see. You know, obviously here is around 962 millibars, so it's not as crazy as the HWRF model. But like I said, it still shows a pretty powerful beast rolling through here. Let's see here. Yeah, around 71 knots. So that would actually be around, well, 71 knots. That's not as strong as the pressure goes down to 960s with the winds around Category 1. That's a little odd. Let's see. Too many models are saying major. I hope. Let's see. Prepare for the worst. Yeah, like I said, you obviously have got to be prepared for the worst. You know, obviously hope for the best, prepare for the worst. Because like I said, you know, there's a lot of models that have this thing picking up a lot of heat just sitting here. And overall, just working its way towards Florida. I mean, let's see here. If I switch over to the GFS model in the latest runs, let's see here. Back over to 10L. Like I said, that's the name of it right now. It's not. It doesn't have a name yet. Oh, new runs coming through. It doesn't have a name yet, but it will achieve a name probably by tomorrow. Let's see. Yeah, the latest GFS shows around 92 millibars, so right around Cat 1 if you're going off of pressure alone, just estimating. But yeah, no, it has it, you know, getting pretty interesting, and obviously possibly remaining a tropical storm over Georgia and stuff too. Let's see here. How wide is the storm? Let me look. I can actually figure that out right now. If I can actually bring up my satellite view. All right, I'm gonna see if I can do this. I don't know if it reaches the full system, but let me try to do this for you. Let's see here. We're gonna try. Oh no, it gets cut off. Dang it. I was hoping the satellite would reach down, but I guess it doesn't. Let's see here. Unfortunately, I don't think it does. Well, I would tell you if I knew, but I guess I can't really tell now. But we'll see whenever it gets pushed up north. I'll let y'all know. Let's see here. When are the next updates? Well, we just had our new update cycle come out, I think 11 p.m. Let's see here. So it updates every 3 hours. So what would it? Well, so it'd be 2 a.m. I think. It's a new update. Let's see. Kathleen says, I think the storm is moving too fast for significant impacts. I mean, but like I said, you got to take into consideration too, it's going to be brewing and sitting in one spot of really hot water. It's basically taking a bath right now. Just sitting in that hot water. Just going to be sitting there for, a couple days, and then it's going to start really moving north. I mean, if you think about it, let's look at this. So obviously, if you draw a line that is, obviously parallel to the Cat 1 standpoint, it's right in southern Florida by, this being right around 8 a.m. for the 29th. Now, for 8 p.m. on the 29th, this is a 12-hour span. It doesn't cover that much. I mean, if you look at it, let's see. So in 12 hours, we can do some math here, y'all. So in 12 hours, let's see how much distance it covers. Okay, it covers 180 miles in 12 hours. See here, so 180 miles in 12. That would be, let's see here. Trying to figure out, okay, hold on. See, 12 hours. What? That's not right. Here, someone do the math for me if you guys could. If anyone's a mathematician. Like I said, it's going to take me too long to figure that out. So in 12 hours, it moves 180 miles, okay? Let's see, different travel. Okay, yeah, so someone can figure that out, the speed between these two markers here. See your low wind shear, yeah. No, it is pretty weak. It is definitely pretty weak, that's for sure. Could it hit Tampa? Like I said, it's not impossible. Like I said, considering the cone still exists in Tampa, it can go as far east as the center going over Tampa, as far west as going near Panama City. Like I said, right now we are expecting it mostly in this area. This is the most probable area of landfall. Let's see here. Could it fight the wind shear in the dry air? Like I said, there's not much wind shear. There is going to be some pretty strong winds out towards the central Gulf, but that should not influence the storm much at all. There's a lot of moisture. I don't see any dry air infiltration being a big of a deal. From what the models are showing now, yeah. See here. Oh, people are saying 10 to 15 miles an hour. So that's really not too fast. Let's see here. Hey! Got a new sponsor from Courtney. Thank you, Court, for becoming a tropical stormer. Very, very sweet of you. I appreciate it. You do not have to do that, Court. Someone said 60 miles an hour. I don't think it's that fast. I don't think I've ever seen a tropical system move 60 miles an hour. Unless it was extra tropical, or post-tropical, sorry. I don't think I've ever seen that. I really don't. But anyways, all right, we're going to hop y'all back over here to the models. There's a couple other ones I missed out on the live stream earlier. Like I said, I did a live stream earlier today with the previous update. I wanted to go live again today because of the new update and stuff. Let's see here. So I'm going to hop you guys back over here to the models. So this model is called the CMC. See, the CMC does hardly show anything. Let's see. Yeah, CMC shows around tropical storm force. Now, these are not particularly good hurricane models, I should say. Icon, let's see here. Icon shows, 992. Yeah, once again, like I said, these are not really good hurricane models. Yeah, especially like NABGIM and stuff. They're really not the best. Holy cow, especially because this one shows it going right over Bermuda for Franklin. That's not going to happen. Let's see, is this Franklin? No, this is a different system. Yeah, Franklin's happening east of this system here. But the one that's going to hit Florida is not Franklin. That's going to be, what was that name of that one? I forgot the name of it. We'll figure it out. Let's see, 16.4 to be exact. So, yeah, 12 hours, it travels 180 miles between those two Cat 1 points. So it's not moving that fast. see here. 3 recon flights planned for Tropical Depression 10. First one at 10 Zulu. Oh, wow. All right, so, yeah, that's going to take place here. What's the current time? So current time is 5, so they're going to be leaving in 4 hours and 40 minutes. Yep, so we're getting hurricane hunters to go investigate it. How much you want to bet they're going to see some strong stuff already in the storm? You know, watch them. I'm not saying it will, but watch them find tropical storm force winds out there. That it might already be, because like I said, I mean the satellite. It would not. I mean, it would kind of surprise me, but it kind of wouldn't as well. I mean, because like I said, this thing is really starting to wrap up in circulation here. Once again, here's the latest satellite imagery of the system. I mean, you can very obviously see that counterclockwise spin to it. I mean, like I said, you can kind of see how it's moving slightly to the south, and the future cast is going to have it turn right back up north. But yeah, no, seriously, it's just sitting there brewing in all that water there. Just sitting there brewing in all that water. Like I said, it's really hot water out there as well, which is, definitely crazy. But yeah, no, the circulations, like I said, obviously right here. And like I said, this thing was barely even circulating yesterday. Let's see here. But that's that. Second one at 12:30 Zulu, and third one at 17:30 Zulu. Gotcha. Thank you, Liam. Appreciate it. So yeah, we'll need to watch that one. Now, something I want to look at here is the spaghetti plots. That is something we need to look at here. So there's the spaghetti plots. Obviously, you guys have seen these before. Basically showing you where the the most likely probability of where this thing's going to be making landfall at. So once again, you can kind of see how the models have this thing right for the Big Bend there. That's where landfall, as of now, is expected. But like I said, obviously that we're kind of talking. The majority of the models are right in here, right in that little cove area of Florida. So we'll need to watch it. See, I think they'll find tropical storm force winds in the morning, possibly. I mean, this thing is expected to be a tropical storm. Oops. Let's see. Hold on. This thing's expected to be a tropical storm by 8 a.m. tomorrow with sustained winds of 40, gusts up to 50. Yep. Let's see here. Yeah, but no, this thing is expected to be a tropical storm by tomorrow morning. Let's see here. Latest runs of the hurricane models. Hold on, let's go ahead and switch this. It's a little zoomed in here. Scroll on down. Okay, so here's the latest. I've always noticed these go a little underperforming too. Sometimes they do. But yeah, you can see how rapid intensification. There's a couple of models to have it getting middle range. Like I said, according to the models earlier, they're barely even in lower range Cat 1. Now they're in kind of upper mid range Cat 1. So, I mean, like I said, we have an Outcast model that shows Cat 2. But like I said, what I've seen out of tracking hurricanes for years, it seems like this is always under what usually ends up happening. Let's see here. Could there be evacuations order? I think it's possible, yes. I mean, consider they already have a state of emergency out in place like a few days before, like what, 3-4 days before it even happened. Yeah, I think it's possible. Like I said, it really just depends on the strength here. Gotta really be looking out there for that. But like I said, yeah, I mean, this thing is, once again, just going to sit right around the eastern Yucatan Peninsula region, obviously into western Cuba. It's going to be picking up some heat. Like I said, literally picking up some heat. So, let's see here. How soon could we see rain over the state? Thanks. That's a good question. So let's see here. I'm going to bring up a model for estimated time. So what we know is that the main landfall is going to happen around kind of early morning. It looks like, it's still kind of pinpointing a time, but it seems like some of these models are pinpointing it towards like here. I'm going to bring you all over here to the models real quickly once again. Some of the models has this thing. Oh, new HWRF is coming out too. Oh boy. Okay. We'll have to pay attention to that. Some of the bands could reach as early as like the afternoon of the 29th, according to the HWRF out there, maybe towards the south of Tampa Bay, St. Pete area. You can see some of those bands hitting there. That's right around 5 p.m. for the 29th. But once again, the landfall is expected here. You can kind of see between 2 and 5 a.m. on the 30th, according to this model. So probably around like 4 or 5, 4, yeah, maybe around 3 or 4 o'clock. It looks like 3:34. Let's see. But yeah, so like I said, that's according to one model though. Obviously, let's see. We try another model. HMON. We're gonna drop down. So HMON obviously has this thing going a more different track. Therefore, the rain bands would be later. But still showing around 5 a.m. for landfall. So it looks like an early morning event here. What about storm surge? So we really can't forecast storm surge very well right now because obviously the track, we don't know, and the intensity is ranging drastically, right? So I really cannot tell you much about the storm surge right now because it's heavily dependent on the track and the intensity. And it will fluctuate so much. I'm going to wait a couple days. Like I said, I'm going to wait at least a day before I start talking about the storm surge probabilities because it's going to be fluctuating. It's not going to be accurate right now. Nope. Let's see here. Could it slow down while in the Gulf? It actually looks like it might speed up a little bit, actually. Like I said, moving around, what we figured out, like 10 miles an hour, was it? And then, all right, I'm going to do another little math thing for you guys. Got my math team out here. So get y'all's calculators ready again. I'm going to do a little bit of something for y'all. Need y'all's help on this here. Okay, so between point A and point B. So this is, at this point, this is 8 p.m. on the 29th. And this is 8 p.m. on the 30th. So that's 24 hours. Okay, so in 24 hours, the distance moves 410 miles. So what is 410 miles in 24 hours? And in one whole day, 24 hours, what is 410 miles of distance? What's the speed on that? Let's see here. This goes towards Panama City. The winds will enhance fires in Louisiana, like Hawaii. There's I didn't really hear much about fires in Louisiana. I mean, I don't think Louisiana will be impacted too much by this system. It's going to be mostly to the east. Aiden said I did not come to math class. Oh, come on. See, 17.3. Okay, so it picks up a bit of speed. It looks like it picks up a bit of speed the closer it gets to Florida. Everyone's saying 17. Thank y'all. Appreciate it. Got my math whizzes here. So yeah, that's so we're talking about 17. So it goes from 10 miles an hour to 17. So it looks like it really picks up in speed. See, I want to be a meteorologist, but I'm too tired to do math with Aiden. Unfortunately, you just scraped the beginning, my friend. There's a lot of things you got to learn in meteorology you're not going to like. Trust me. See, my man's back at it with the accurate weather. What's up, Four City? Hope you're doing good, man. Glad to have you here. Yeah, like I said, we're watching another system now. Like I said, I think this one could get pretty nasty. I really do. Like I said, obviously right now, if I were you guys, like I said, obviously, today at some point, obviously you don't have to go right now, but I'd say today, I mean, for y'all's, safety and, obviously for comfort, I would, if you're in these regions, in the Big Bend, I would, maybe go to the store, get some water. Don't absolutely storm it like it's Black Friday, okay? You just grab a couple cases, obviously, fill up on your snacks, maybe fill up your gas on your car. I mean, just do that to prepare for it. Let's see here. Past statistics. Hey, there you go. That's nice. But like I said, obviously it won't hurt. It really will not hurt if you do, See here. I'm not in school anymore. Stop trying to make me do math. Barely passed math in high school. Liam, bro, come on. You got to sharpen your memory. You got to sharpen your skills somehow. You got to do math every once in a while. Can't just completely remove math from your life after school. All right, we're gonna go ahead and move you all back over here to the back to the tropic model. Like I said, we're having new model runs come through too, so this is really interesting to see what they're gonna say. So we have the HWRF model, new runs coming through. Let's see here. I feel like it'll be a tropical storm before sunrise. I think it could. Like I said, like Liam, I think Liam was saying that we have the hurricane hunters flying in the morning. Yeah, in the morning is whenever the hurricane hunters are going to be flying in here. So we'll need to watch it. Anyways, but yeah, so the new HWRF still shows, you know, some intensification process ongoing here, while it's sitting across, you know, the eastern Yucatan and western Cuba. Let's see here. Oh wow, this is a lot different than what the previous model, that's for sure. Look at that. So the last one was showing it like a Cat 1 hitting western Cuba. The new one shows it kind of around a tropical storm at this point. So this is the last model run showing 979 millibars. The new one shows 995. So that's a big improvement in good terms with the latest one. Let's see here. Is it possible that it could be upgraded to a strong Cat 3, possible Cat 4? Like I said, I think it's possible. Yes, I do. Is it expected right now? No. No, like I said, right now they only have, you know, the Hurricane Center themselves. You know, obviously they're not just going to go ahead and say it's going to be a big hurricane. If something major changes, then, you know, it's going to mess that up. So we don't want to overhype people for this event here. So they're keeping it low right now from what it looks like. And like I said, obviously as we get more information, obviously the hurricane hunters are going to throw some drop sondes in there. They're going to fly into it. They're going to drop these little probes and they're going to measure the atmospheric conditions, you know, wind speed, pressure, temperature, you name it, all that stuff. And they're going to input those into the weather models that we use. They're going to input that data into the weather models, and the supercomputers are going to process that data, and they're going to project it in the future of what it could, you know, happen. That's how the models work. It's pretty cool, actually. So yeah, so we'll get more information on that. Like I said, obviously tomorrow, whenever or today actually, whenever the hurricane hunters are going to be flying into it. So that is that. How will this impact Tampa? It could either be a direct impact or an indirect impact. What I mean by that is that the cone of uncertainty right now does have Tampa included in where the center could go over. It's unlikely, I'd say, you know, obviously, you know, in this area, this is the most probable region that we'll see, you know, the system make landfall between these regions here. But as far east as the track goes, it could get near St. Pete, near Tampa region. So yeah, we'll have to watch out for it. Obviously, as far west as Panama City. So it's quite a big gap between Panama City and Tampa. So obviously, we'll have to keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Fast-moving Cat 2. It's not big down here. Yeah, like I said, it seems to be, I mean, it doesn't seem to be going, you know, super, super fast, but it seems to be, you know, a decent pace. Let's see here. Clyde says, thanks, buddy, for being on tonight. You're very welcome. I woke up going to work at 2. Oh, I got you. Clyde, we'll have a good day at work. Let's see here. But like I said, yeah, Tampa could get either. I mean, like I said, obviously it's pretty unlikely, but the cone of uncertainty is still over Tampa. That's that. See here, Take Me to the Sea says evac. Let's see, are they nuts? Oh, hold on, I gotta read that. Aiden got rid of it. Low pressure system at 30 mile per hour breeze when it comes on shore, according to ECMWF. Well, you're just looking at the ECMWF. It seems like that model is very, very much underdoing this system. I mean, all the other models are agreeing against what the European has to say. Even the Hurricane Center, you know, the ECMWF doesn't even show the system becoming a hurricane at all. Meanwhile, while like I said, it looks possible there. My dad's car is about 14 gallons. At the price is $347. So let's see. $48 if you're on E. Oh wow, yeah, that's a little pricey. I tell you what, a little pricey. Yeah, but like I said, y'all, you know, just obviously, you know, just make sure y'all are ready for this. I mean, obviously, like I said, for the Big Ben there, just keep an eye on it. We'll have to watch this one closely. Yeah. So Ocala could feel direct hit, says Aaron. So whenever it comes to it. Like I said, Ocala is in the cone of uncertainty. So obviously, if you live in Ocala or if you live in Florida, and you've probably been through stuff like this before, you should know what the cone of uncertainty is. But like I said, if you don't, it's basically the region where the center of the storm could go over. So the middle part of the storm could go as far east as this line here. As far east as there. Is it likely? No, it's not likely. But like I said, obviously, it's more of a likelihood of impacting these areas here. Because obviously you're in the middle. It's a lot. Let's see, it would be a lot less wiggle room, or a lot more. Less. I think so. Obviously, you know, the most likelihood is right in here, though. Regardless. Let's see here. Let's see. No one said to evacuate. Yeah, I said, yeah. There's no evacuation orders. There's nothing. Nobody has to evacuate as of now. I didn't say anything about anybody having to evacuate eventually either. But what I did say is that we are under a state of emergency in Florida. Yes, they've already issued that earlier today. Or earlier yesterday, I should say, considering now it's not Sunday. So, yes. Let's see. Ocala's far enough away from winds. Yeah, at least from the coastal effects, yeah, you don't got to worry about that in Ocala. Let's see. I have a feeling this might be the next major hurricane. It has the conditions for intensification and stalling. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know about stalling, but intensification, yes. I mean, because like I said, you know, there's not much limiting factors. I mean, like I said, the winds, the upper level wind shear is not supposed to be strong. Like I said, you know, not supposed to be strong, as well as, like I said, obviously the surface temperatures are very warm and supportive of this, and there's a lot of moisture as well. Last time I saw 33 counties. Yes, yep, 33 counties are in the state of emergency. Most of them are for like the Big Bend area, but I think it goes down as far south as like Polk County. As far down south as here, from what I've seen, out there towards Lakeland. Let's see. But yeah, no, there is counties in Florida under a state of emergency. Mostly for like the eastern panhandle, central eastern panhandle, and the central northern side of Florida. But like I said, y'all, like I said, one of the big updates that we got on this, you know, this latest update here is, like I said, this thing could potentially still be a tropical storm as it's over eastern North Carolina. And according to the latest cone, it seems like it has a shot at moving back out into sea, which who knows what it's going to do after that. If it's going to die out or if it's going to redevelop, it's hard telling. Obviously, that far out is impossible really to look at right now, but let's see here. Do I think that the track will shift more east in the Gulf? So you mean like more this way, like closer to Florida? It's I doubt it, honestly. I kind of doubt it personally. This moderate El Nino is doing nothing to the Atlantic. It really is not. No. Yeah, despite a strong El Nino, you know, with typically increased wind shear, we're actually expecting a above average hurricane season this year. Started off real slow, but we're, like I said, we're still not even in the peak of it yet. The peak happens in, oh wow, hold on, next week, right? No, not next week. The week after next is peak hurricane. Let's see. All the way down to Lee County, says Liam. Gotcha. I didn't see a map of all the. I just seen them listed. The furthest one I seen south was Polk County. Let's see here. I might be able to find a map for you guys. Hold on a minute. There we go. Okay, this is not my image, so I don't know if I can share that or not. I think I'm fine, actually. I think we're good. All right, so they have, here we go. These regions here. Oh. So, no, it actually goes all the way down to Fort Myers, it looks like, actually. So, yeah, you can see mostly for the Big Bend there. Those are the areas that's in the state of emergency. Let's see, outer bands, Ocala 25, breeze inland. Some rain per GFS. According to some of the models, yeah, the rainfall amounts could be 3 to 5 inches. 33 counties. Yep, that's what it is. 33 counties. All right, we're gonna hop back over here. Is the model done processing yet? No, it's not yet, but it will. Let's see, what about the HMON? Oh boy. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're going to hop you guys back to the models real quick. So remember the HMON model. I'm going to play the previous run, then I'll show you guys a new run out of it. So this was the previous run, having it go up north, you know, getting down to 962 millibars, you know, making landfall there towards, you know, Panama City, right? So that is that, you know, towards Panama City. It shows a direct landfall near Panama City here. At 962 millibars, right? So that was the previous run. The new run just finished, or it's almost done, but we have all the data we need. System brews rapidly, not crapidly, rapidly intensifies here. Works its way, and look at that, 959. So it's kind of similar, if not a little stronger, according to the latest run here from the HMON model. But it really is still targeting Panama City there. It's still targeting it. Now, once again, like I said, this is just one model. Models are not perfect, as you guys know. So we'll keep an eye on it. Let's see here. I have a map that shows all the county names if you like it. No, that's fine. That's fine, Liam. We're good. Yeah, like I said, it's basically just for the western side, the west central side of Florida. Obviously, they're for the also up into the Panhandle too. So let's see. Does this one have the? Oh, it does not. Shoot. She has a max of around 90 knots, so that's about like 102, I'd say. About 102 miles an hour. Don't know the exact, but it's around 100 mile an hour sustained winds, with gusts obviously higher, according to that model. Let's see here. Well, it could be the next Michael. Let's hope not. Let's hope not. I mean, like I said, yes, I do think that I do think this thing will be stronger than the Cat 1 on landfall. Yes, that I do firmly believe in. But like I said, I mean, still a bit to learn about the system too. Like I said, there's still a little bit to learn about it. I mean, we don't know everything about the storm. Obviously, like I said, no forecaster's perfect. But like I said, obviously wow, holy cow, dude. The HAFSA goes absolute bonkers. Sustained winds of 120 knots with a pressure of 936 millibars. What? Oh my gosh, dude, that is ridiculous. I don't know how much I trust that one. I really don't. What? All right, what about HAFSB? That's the first parent model. Shoot. Oh my god, look at the pinhole eye on that thing. Oh my gosh. This one's even worse. 921 millibars. Max winds of 136 knots sustained. Yeah, HAFSB goes nuts. Like I said, once again, these are just models. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, that's... Not gonna lie, that's very concerning. That is very concerning. Shoot. That pinhole eye right there before landfall. So it kind of seems like between those main models there, it seems like that maybe it's trending west. Maybe it's trending west here. Let's see here. I told you about the models 935, but they're coming more towards Panama City. Yeah, I saw. Like I said, I know what you mean now. I just didn't see. They're just now coming through, so that's why I didn't see it. That is a big uptrend. Holy cow! Like that is a big jump. So that's showing around 136 sustained knots. That's knots. So knots are under a mile an hour. So that would be pretty violent. That, let's see, what is 136 knots? Hold on, I'm going to do this real quickly. Once again, don't take this to be too seriously, or to be too serious, that one model, but I'm just really curious at this point. 2 miles per hour. That is 156 miles an hour. That's literally right there at Cat 5, according to the HAFSB. Yeah, 157 plus is a Cat 5. Yeah, like I said, I highly think... I don't think that's really a big likelihood, though, honestly, guys. So don't be freaking out, think there's going to be a Cat 5. I don't think that's the case. I don't think we'll see a Cat 5 out of this. I'd say at least a Cat 2, if not Cat 3. That's kind of where I stand right now in terms of all I've seen, everything like that. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that is ridiculous. Let's see here. Please let it be wrong. Yeah. I agree. Yeah, let's hope it's wrong, honestly. I mean, this thing even still shows, like, tropical storm conditions still there towards, Tampa Bay area, according to this model. Shoot. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Here's the, that's interesting. Yeah, this one shows 968 millibars. Huh. Here's the parent model. But that was last run, 18 Zulu. Let's see here. Will I come see this hurricane up close? What, you mean like going to Florida and going at it? I would if I could. I would. But like I said, I am moving to Florida soon. I have my family. My family lives in Florida. My girlfriend lives in Florida. My brother lives in Florida. I'm actually moving with my brother month after next. So I'll be living in Florida, so I'll get to deal with this again. See here. HWRF showed the same earlier today in the Panhandle. Yeah, HWRF is a little interesting of a model. Oh yeah, here. So once again, the new model of HWRF is coming out right now. Actually, look at that thing. I think, wow, that thing goes from like 991 at 2 a.m. to 974 at 11 a.m. From 2 a.m. 991 to 11 a.m. 974. That's like not even 12 hours. Wow. Will this storm be like Ian? There's no way of telling right now. But it has potential to be nasty, I'll tell you that. It has potential. And like I said, guys, obviously I know this is a little scary to some people. I get it. I'm not trying to, spread fear or anything. I'm not trying to scare y'all. I'm trying to help you guys out. But like I said, obviously don't be scared. Just be prepared, like I said. It's better to obviously be, once again, it's obviously better to be prepared than underprepared, obviously, in any form of scenario. Expect the worst, hope for the best, essentially. So, but like I said, I think we definitely do need to watch this. Oh yeah, the new advisory is going to come out too from the hurricane center. Okay, we're going to stay live for that for sure. We're going to stay live for that. Let's see here. Hurricane Ian made some unpredictable strength quickly. Wouldn't be surprised if this does. I wouldn't either, Noah. I honestly, that's kind of what I'm worried about, actually. I'm worried about two things out of the system here, personally. Let's see here. There we go. Depression 10. So obviously in the latest information coming in from this system here, obviously, we have a well-defined central low, and it's like I said, yesterday there was nothing. I mean, it was literally, or the day before, I should say, was nothing essentially. Like I said, not really showing much, signs of organization. Now, to this morning, there's a bunch of thunderstorms over the center, which has really gotten that low pressure to really start cranking, and that's obviously, it's used that thunderstorm energy to start spinning the system here. And like I said, it's going to be sitting over this warm area of waters. I mean, it's going to be sitting over these warm waters for quite a while, like I said, for 1 to 2 days. I mean, yes, it's close to it's close to land in some areas, but I don't think that's going to really matter. I mean, it's going to have some impacts, yes, and maybe some strain, but I think it's still going to strengthen because it has so much potential, Let's see here. But like I said, eventually this thing is expected to, kick up north. And like I said, obviously eventually go up into, obviously, the pretty close to western Florida there. So we'll just have to keep an eye on it. What's up, Harrison? But yeah, so like I said, we're just going to have to watch out for this here. Ian had a lot of space to ramp up. This system doesn't have the space to do that. I mean, it actually kind of does. I mean, if you think about it. So obviously, yes, if it tracks more east, for example, if this thing goes on a track on the far right cone, obviously, okay, say a really bad example, like, so obviously, this is not likely, I should say. So if this thing hits Tampa, say, like I said, very unlikely it will, considering that, you're on the edge of the cone, you're almost being rolled out of it. Still theoretical possibility. But like I said, obviously, it's going to have less time to track from here to here versus, let's say, from down here all the way to up here. It's kind of what the models are showing. So you can see there's a lot more of the, a lot more water this thing can pick up a bit more strength into. I mean, considering literally how, like I said, literally right now on the system here, I forgot what I was going to say. One of those dumb moments where I forget what I was going to say. See, it needs to become a monster. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Is that like the ingredients are all in place for this thing to undergo rapid development. That's what I was going to say. Gotta love those those moments you forget what you're talking about. Let's see here. Ian was under Cuba. It approached to Florida. Yeah, I think this has more space too, actually. But like I said, it's moving. Like I said, we figured out it's moving from point A to point B. These two hurricane markers here at 10 miles an hour, which it's decent speed, but it's not like fast. It's not slow either. Like I said, it's kind of a middle ground. Whenever it comes to from here to here, like I said, it wasn't like what I forgot how much it was, like 15 miles an hour or something. Picks up a little bit of speed. See here. Water's very shallow and hot in Bend. Yeah. Well, no, like I said, down more south here, it's actually a lot more deeper warm water too. Down more south. Let's see here. Do I know what the advisory is going to be for? They just update the cone of uncertainty, or they update the track every 3 hours. Yeah, new update's going to come out soon. Shoot, what's oh my gosh, dude, Franklin's rapidly developing too. Sustained of 85 with gusts up to 105 now. Yeah, this system is actually supposed to be a Cat 4 if y'all didn't know. It's going to be passing obviously west of Bermuda, which is good. Let's see here. Will it affect Fort Lauderdale? I mean, there could be some, like I said, I just say very, very low impacts with it. I mean, but probably some light winds. I really wouldn't see too much of anything crazy happening out there, honestly. I think you would mostly be fine out there towards Fort Lauderdale. Same thing for Miami. It seems more of a concern for like, I'd say for these sides of Florida. In your side, you're kind of a little bit far south. But yeah. Let's see here. I think that this track is pretty spot on. I agree. Honestly, like I said, it's been very accurate though. From what we've seen so far, or I should say accurate because we don't know yet, but very consistent. I should say that's the word to use. Because like I said, I mean, day before yesterday, we did our first live stream on this event here, and we determined that it was, once again, these areas that were going to be impacted, and the cone has kept it there. It seems like the models are actually agreeing on the fact it's going to be somewhere between Panama City and Tampa. So, that is that. Hey, look, it's another Andrew. What's up, dude? Got another Andrew in the house. See here. Look, I'm not in Florida. Let's see here. See what you're tracking on top of your screen is so weak it's not gonna stop this thing. Yeah. Like I said, this thing has potential. Like I said, this thing definitely does have the potential. Let's see here. The cone looks like Ian did the day one also. Yeah, but like I said, at the time being though, you got to note. So obviously, yes, you might think the cone looks the same as some of these other storms, but also not all the atmospheric components are the same. You got to think of that. Not all low pressure or high pressure systems in the exact same spot as it was for those events. So things are going to shift around a little differently. That's the thing. When's the next Hurricane Center update? 2 a.m. So this will be like in not long from now. Here very soon, actually. Very, very soon. Let's see here. I'll keep y'all posted on this here. Let's see, new update comes in. Yep. Comes in like 7 minutes probably. So we'll wait. We'll be here for sure. Let's see here. Could it make landfall in the Yucatan? It's kind of sitting near the Yucatan right now. Like I said, it's right now. Like I said, right now, I mean, obviously, it's near the eastern tip of the Yucatan, but it's going to kind of, obviously track its way between Cuba and the Yucatan and go north. Let's see here. I'm Achacola, just saying. Gotcha. Let's see. Hello, everybody. I'm sitting in Panama City, hoping for the best. Oh, here we go. Advisory 2. Just got issued. Likely become a hurricane over the eastern Gulf of Mexico in a few days. So we'll wait for that new cone to come out here. New update. Yep, they just put out the tweet. That's what that noise was. Still, the graphic has not updated yet. Let's see here. Trough system's gonna suck it to the north. Cold front comes out quicker. It'll turn right regardless of intensity. Let's see. We're gonna pull up the big picture then. But I think the models are pretty good on I mean, because they can see that too. You know, they can correlate that as well. Yeah, because we have that bit of high pressure up there towards the Ohio Valley whenever this thing rolls through. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna knock it down a bit. Hold on, we're gonna switch all over here. So obviously we have, you know, the system here. Wow, whoa! Latest GFS shows 971. Even the GFS is now pointing towards like above Cat 1 here. Holy cow. So yeah, so we have this big ridge, this big high pressure, you know, right there across the Ohio Valley at the point. Obviously, you know, the system's going to be too far away from that ridge to really do anything. So, like I said, it's just going to be allowed to just get sucked right on into the area of the ridge. And obviously, as you know, the high pressure gets close, it's going to knock it more to the east, back out to sea. As you can kind of see how it goes from a track to this to eventually going like this, you know, going more east out there because that high pressure knocks it down. Let's see. But yeah. Does Tampa have a chance to get a huge hit? Like I said, Tampa is obviously, you know, still in the cone of uncertainty as the last update rolled through. But like I said, obviously the odds I'd say are pretty low. You know, once again, I expect this thing, or we expect this thing. I'm going to switch y'all back over here. We expect this thing to be obviously more up here, but like I said, out there towards, you know, like Tampa area. You know, we're kind of talking here. Let's see here. Yeah, let's go and see if we have that new update updated yet. Yep, still haven't got that yet. But the new one has apparently updated. Oh, here we go. Sustained winds of 35 with, let's see here, central low 1,001. It's already at 1,001 millibars, y'all. Cone advisory. Yep, still showing 10 p.m. Central, so that's for 11. So still got to wait a few seconds for it to pop up. Let's see. Supermoon's going to play a huge role in the surge levels. Regardless, you know, where this thing makes landfall, it's probably going to be pretty nasty surging. Let's see here. Let's see. I'm in Panama City too. Like I said, I think Panama City. Like I said, that's kind of a westerly area. You know, once again, it could go between Panama City and Tampa. You know, where the center of the storm could track into. Still waiting for the new update. It'll be out here in a few minutes, y'all. But I'm surprised. Like I said, yeah, the GFS model is taking this thing a little bit more serious. Like I said, taking a little bit more, you know, stronger. I mean, look at that. Wow. 970, actually. Even shows a little eye there, too. Holy cow. So the GFS, the main GFS model is now trending to this thing being, like, strong. Or, you know, like Cat 1, Cat 2 status. Goodness. Yeah, look at that. This is, you know, it kind of seems like it's pointing more toward... It seems like that's a trend that it could be going towards, you know, near Panama City. I would not be surprised if it trends a little bit more to the west here compared to what I've seen. Let's see here. 3 months until the update. Yeah, we got the update here. Hasn't implied itself. I got the update from the, you know, obviously the tweet saying that they got the update. Actually, let's see. I'm going to see if I can pull it up now. Gonna be waiting for this here. All right. Still the 10 p.m. update here. Or the 10 p.m. Central, sorry, update. Let's see here. I didn't evacuate for you, but if it was in Tampa, I would leave. Gotcha. Yeah, like I said, it looks like it seems like it's not really... it seems like it's trending away from Tampa, actually. Here, we're going to hop y'all back over here. Like I said, obviously the HWRF model, the GFS now is showing it going more towards, you know, obviously more towards Panama and stuff. Do I know when it's coming? It'll be here on the 30th. Like the early 30th is what it looks like. You'll probably start feeling it the 29th, actually. But the worst of it's going to be for like early the 30th here. This pressure drops in 1,005. It's actually 1,001 right now. see. Oh, it is 1,005. I guess they updated it. Wait, no, that's this. Wait, where did I see 1,001? Oh, yeah, no, it's 1,001. I just didn't update it. So it went from 1,005 to 1,001. It did a 4 millibar drop in 3 hours. That's massive. That is actually a lot. That's a big pressure drop. So that, yeah, that thing based off of pressure is rapidly intensifying still. Oh, there's a new update, I think. Wait, let's see. That was not there before. Is that the new update? Hold on. I gotta double make sure on this here. Is it? I feel like it's not. Okay, well, we'll keep it on it. Day or night landfall? It'll be nighttime landfall, it looks like. So, yeah, it went from 1,005 millibars to now 1,001, so the pressure's actually dropping where it's at right now. I feel like this was more up here. I feel like this is the update. Anyways, yep. Let's see here. Like King Euro showed for 10 days now. Yeah, European model was actually, from what I've seen out of the European model, was not showing too much out of the system, though. That's the thing. It seems like every other model but the European was supporting this thing being pretty big. I mean, yeah, look at this. The European model only has this thing like in the 990 millibar range. I don't see that being likely at all. I really don't. I mean, consider... Okay, look at this. For example, hear me out, okay? So, at the point of it approaching landfall, it's a 996 millibars. That's only 5 millibar lower, right? Only 5 millibars lower than what it is right now. And that's not even including that intensification stage. We can kind of rule out the European model, you know. This shows it, you know, remaining, you know, about that. You know, just only dropping 5 more millibars in its whole life. So, like I said, obviously the European model has been the one that's kind of an outcast here. Like I said, the new GFS model, though, like I said, shows this thing getting up into 970s, which is crazy. Let's see here. Circulation was slightly over land the past hour or so, says Paul. Let's see. So on the current, let's see here, the satellite imagery here. The central circulation is, let's see here, right in here. It's not directly over land. Like I said, it's going to kind of stall, maybe move a little bit to the east very slowly, and then pick up speed and go north. So it's definitely going to be, you know, picking up a bit of heat. Let's see here. Oh, wow, 400 people watching. That's good. Liam says 400 people watching. Well, I'm glad that y'all are tuning in here. Like I said, it's definitely something to watch out for, you know. Definitely have got to monitor this here closely. You know, like I said, I think this does have some good potential on it to be quite nasty. And I hate to say this, but this is an I name. Usually the I name storms I've noticed are the nasty ones. Ian, Irma. Oh, there we go. I think that just changed. Did y'all see this shift a little bit? Maybe I'm just seeing things, but let's see here. Still expected to be, still expected to be a tropical storm here. Wow. Yep, so it's still expected to be a tropical storm even up into, you know, even up into North Carolina here. Euro is great with the location, but the best with intensity. Yeah, honestly, like I said, I don't really trust the European model right now at all. I prefer daytime landfall. I agree, so you can actually see what's going on there. Let's see here. GFS seems far from the cone. Yeah, it seems like it's more west. Yeah, because like I said, obviously Panama City, it seems like some of those models, they're starting to trend more towards the west, I've noticed. Let's see here. See you later, Liam. See here. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like Andrew's reporting. Yeah, guys, it would be greatly appreciated. Like I said, I really don't ask for anything on this channel. Like I said, I really don't. But if you guys could subscribe, leave a like, it'd be greatly appreciated. Like I said, obviously that's up to you. You guys decide if you'd like to, you know, be around here whenever we do these weather updates. But, you know, like I said, it's either or. Just y'all hanging out with us today. It's greatly appreciated. See here. All right, let's see here. We're going to hop back up to the model. I think the HWRF might be almost done here. Let's see. Okay, yep, HWR is done. Okay, guys, here's the latest on the HWRF model. So, still shows some rapid intensification into the the lower 950s still. Holy cow. It also looks more west. Look at that. So there's a previous run, or that's the new run. There's a previous. Yeah, look at that. So it's gone from here to here. So it's moved north. It's moved west. It's moved west a bit. So that's a trend. It looks like that's a trend. I mean, even between like the GFS model. See the latest, the American GFS here. Previous run before that has it more east, and the newer run has it more west. Interesting. Let's see, HWRF here. So, oh yeah, we just looked at that one. So HMON, that's what I wanted to look at. HMON model. See, Cat 4, it seems. We can't say if it's going to be a Cat 4 right now, but it looks like it has potential to be strong. Yeah, I think it at least will be a Cat 2. At least. Let's see here. Yeah, HMON shows it right near Panama City. It seems like it's kept... HMON's been there. It seems like it's kept that same path. Interesting. Can it move east again? It could. Yeah, obviously I said you're going to see it sway back and forth a little bit until we get a good reading on the models. Like I said, tomorrow, or like I said, today, actually. Sorry, I keep on thinking it's tomorrow, but no, it's today. They're going to be flying into the storm here to be doing some, analysis. You know, they're going to drop some dropsons in there and figure out what's going on there. See you later, Aiden. But yeah, no, definitely gotta be looking out there for this here, full show. Let's see here. Yeah, but like I said, it's really crazy. Like I said, the HAFS, this is the nastiest model here. 921. Like I said, I don't know about all that. But it seems like all the models, like I said, it seems like all the models have this thing, really picking up in intensity. Let's see here. Please behave. Andrew does a great job. Don't give him a hard time, says Aiden. Oh no, all my mods are gone. Oh gosh. Looks like I have to be stream duty and mod duty now. Do I think this will affect Ocala? Yeah, like I was explaining here, I think we actually already mentioned. Oh, hold on a minute. We're gonna have to switch over here. That's the wrong scene. So like I said, Ocala is obviously inside of the cone of uncertainty. So it's possible that the cone, it's possible that the center could go over Ocala. But like I said, it seems like it's trending more west, essentially. What is the water temperature? Very hot everywhere it's at right now. Right now it's in about 30 degrees Celsius water. It's expected to move into 31 degrees Celsius water up here. So it's in very, very prime conditions. Let's see here. How fast is this thing moving? Right now it's moving very slow. But it's expected to pick up around 10 miles an hour as it rolls through west of Florida. Like I said, we were measuring it. It goes about 10 miles an hour over here, which is, I mean, it's not too fast, but it's not... Oh my gosh, right now it's only moving at 2 miles an hour. Let's see here. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, 5 miles an hour. Picked up a little bit. At 1 a.m. update. Yeah. So, yeah, they kept it basically the same here. 80, 100, 75, 90. So, yeah, it is expected to strengthen. Let's see. What chances do I think for Jackson? So Jackson, obviously Jacksonville. You still got to watch it. Like I said, obviously, at the point being though, I think that, you'll probably get some of those bands for sure. I'm actually pretty confident on the fact you'll probably get some of those outer bands. And like I said, guys, I mean, this thing is, we're going to have the threat for tornadoes too. You cannot forget about that. Once again, that's a thing that, we got on, in terms of cyclones, hurricanes and tropical systems in general. Like I said, essentially, we basically have the ingredients all coming together: the wind shear, the instability. So the available for thunderstorm or available for tornadic activity here is on the right hand side. That's where it all mixes together essentially. Let's see here. It's obviously downplaying intensity. Let's see. What's it to stop from going full tilt Cat 5? The speed is it's going. It seems like it's going fast enough to where it might not have enough time to get up that high. But overall, the moisture, like I said, the moisture, the surface temperatures of the ocean, and the lack of wind shear, I should say, this thing is going to undergo some rapid development. I mean, it already is. That's the thing. That's what makes me concerned. Is like I said, yesterday, or the day before, it was literally there was nothing happening on satellite view. I mean, it was pretty much just thunderstorms. It looked like pretty much just like thunderstorms and and stuff like that. And now it's turned into, like I said, a very obvious circulation here. Let's see here, Jason with a $20 super chat. Thank you so much, Jason. That's very sweet of you. Saying stay live the whole development. You mean to stay live for the whole system? Holy cow, that would be quite crazy. But Jason, that's very sweet of you, man. I really appreciate that. That is super nice of you. Thank you, Jason, for the $20 super chat. You don't know how much that means to me. Thank you so much, dude. Very, very nice of you. Let's see here. I would love to be here during the entire life of this storm, but like I said, I am human after all. I do gotta get my sleep and stuff as well. But Jason, thank you so much. That's very nice of you. And your name's going up here. You guys can see it. So to our donators, the name, you're right up there, Jason. You'll be on the leaderboard. So I appreciate it, Jason. Thank you so much. But yeah, so like I was saying though, this thing also, like I said, the pressure has dropped dramatically too. It literally went from 1,005 millibars, now down into 1,001 millibar zone. So like I said, it's definitely, this thing is definitely dropping in pressure quick. Like I said, it dropped 4 millibars in 3 hours. Let's see. Lady says, when is this going to hit? It's going to hit here on the 30th. It seems like the early morning of the 30th here. It's going to make landfall somewhere in here. Like I said, obviously the cone, goes as far east as Tampa, far west as Panama City. Right now the point is where we're expecting landfall somewhere in there. Obviously that's the most likelihood of seeing landfall somewhere in that blue circle I made. But, the center of the storm, the cone of uncertainty, extends as far west as Panama City. So the track could go theoretically as far west as Panama City or as far east as Tampa. So like I said, obviously there's, a bit of wiggle room we need to work out here between the models, but that's that. Jason says you're welcome. Once again, Jason, that's very sweet of you. I appreciate that so much. Thank you so much. See, all the models were going off on the storm, being overland and not intensifying, staying east. Yeah, but like I said, in the latest, honestly, what I was expecting, like I said, I actually mentioned this, in my first live stream, I believe, that I would not be surprised if the models really start picking up in intensity because of the fact that it's running into warm water. There's not much wind shear to, rip apart the system. And like I said, there's a lot of, there's a lot of moisture involved too. So overall, it's pretty good. Let's see here. But yeah, we'll have to watch it. Let's see here. The east side is the dirty side usually, says George. Yeah, it is. Yep, it usually is. Like I said, obviously, like I was mentioning, we have like the threat for cyclone-induced tornadoes. Like I said, any strong low pressure, it's the same with that as well. I mean, it's not just hurricanes or tropical cyclones. Any strong form of a low pressure system has the potential. Not all of them. It really just, the strong winds are always there in a strong low pressure system on the right hand side, but the instability, the available energy, the potential energy is strongest on the eastern side, usually in tropical, systems, because it brings up a lot of moisture into a cooler environment, and obviously there's that instability interaction. Let's see here. Is that even normal to strengthen like it is at nighttime? Yes. No, it's normal because it gets its heat not directly from the sunlight. I mean, obviously, the sunlight heats up the water, and the water is what gets the storms going. So even at nighttime, it could rapidly intensify. It's the warm surface, the ocean water is what gets all that steam, or gets all of that, all of that energy, I should say, is from those oceanic waters. Let's see here. Let's see here. Will this hit Tampa? Yeah, like I said, I mean, obviously, I don't expect a direct landfall over Tampa, personally. I don't see this thing being a direct landfall as of right now, from what we know. But like I said, the cone of uncertainty still has Tampa included. So, I mean, like I said, in theory, it's not completely ruled out. But like I said, the odds, I'd say, are pretty low of it hitting Tampa directly. Now, I do think that Tampa will feel some effects out of the system. I do. Like I said, I definitely think you guys could get some of those, middle to outer bands of the storm. And like I said, once again, could spawn a couple tornadoes across, maybe even portions of central northern Florida. Should definitely keep an eye on it. But like I said, for a direct landfall in Tampa, it's quite unlikely, I'd say. But once again, it seems like it's more possible, in these regions here. It's kind of like the most likely probability of seeing landfall out in those regions. So we'll have to just keep an eye on it. We'll definitely have to be looking out for this system here overall. Let's see here, Ocala. Yes, like I said, Ocala, same thing. I mean, obviously Ocala is up here, and you won't have any of the ocean problems, like I said, any water problems from storm surge, but maybe a bit of rain out of those bands we were talking about. How strong do I think it'll potentially strengthen? Okay, so like I said, this is not... okay, I'm going to tell you this. A little bit of disclaimer. This is my personal opinion, okay? This is my personal opinion. This is not from the Hurricane Center. Hurricane Center right now has this thing Cat 1. But like I said, I have a lot of support to back up my claim, okay? So, like I said, personally, I think... once again, my forecast, I think it'll range around Cat 2 to Cat 3. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Obviously between all the models I've seen, the trends in those models, like I said, obviously all the factors, the current observations, like I said, obviously, the rapid development it's already going under. And like I said, obviously the conditions it's going to be rolling up against. I think it's going to be around Cat 2 to Cat 3, personally. I think it will. I don't think it'll get Cat 5. For the people who's wondering, I do not think it'll get up to Cat 5, personally. Cat 4, I'd still say is unlikely. Let's see here. I think it'll be stronger in Cat 1. Yeah, I agree. Once again, Cat 2 to Cat 3 is kind of in the picture where I'm looking at right now. Overall possibilities. But, like I said, we'll just watch it. We'll definitely have to watch it. We'll see what happens with it. But like I said, I mean, obviously the models, the latest models, like the new run of the models that just came out, basically just came in and said that, yeah, it's going to be stronger. The new models are now coming through. See, Cat 3, a lot of wind. Yeah, like I said, I think it'll be ranging as of, right now, I'd say ranging between Cat 2 and Cat 3. So, we'll have to see. Looks like it shifted south a little bit. Tampa is more in the cone. Interesting. Yeah, it seems like the latest models are kind of pushing it more to the west here now. Interesting. Yeah, but once again, this is the craziest model, showing 921 millibars. This model is wanting a Cat 5, okay? But like I said, I don't think that's possible. I'm saying I don't think it's likely, I should say. I really don't think a Cat 5 is going to be a problem. But regardless, I think it'll still be a pretty strong hurricane. Yeah, this one's, it seems like the pressures are kind of between 950 and 980 millibars between all the models. Mostly around 950, 960 from what we've seen. So we're talking Category 2 plus, pressures. Let's see here. See, the next 24 hours will make everything so much more clear. Oh, yeah, absolutely. The reason is because, first of all, we're going to see how this thing reacts here. Here, we're going to go ahead and move y'all over here. Let's see here. Raul, dude, thank you so much for becoming a Category 1 supporter on the channel. Raul, thank you so much. It's very sweet of you, man. I really appreciate that. Very, very nice of you. But like I was saying, the reason is because, obviously we're going to be able to obviously monitor its progress in this little area here. We're going to have the hurricane hunters. They're going to fly into the storm here. Like I said, they're going to fly into the storm. They're going to do some analysis. They're going to do some drop sondes. They're going to drop these little probes down into the system all around. They're going to input that data into the models, throw them into a supercomputer, and then the models are going to process it. So yeah, that is what we're looking at. But once again, Ralph, thank you so much. That's greatly appreciated. See, pray it stays Cat 2, Cat 3 max. Like I said, hopefully it's not that strong. But like I said, personally, I think it could be Cat 2, Cat 3. Kind of what I'm looking for. This is live. Nope, this is not live right now. Sports channel. Yes, it's live. It's live. Let's see. Most before we get hit with the outer bands of the storms long before landfall. Yeah, honestly, like I said, I think that a lot of, central Florida, I mean, maybe even Orlando could get a couple of these bands. I wouldn't say too much more further east in Orlando, though. But like I said, obviously a couple of bands could work their way into central Florida. With the worst of it, obviously landfall occurring somewhere in the Big Bend here. Let's see, but yeah. Then it goes up, smacks Indiana with a bunch of rain. Unfortunately, that's that's not the case. Yeah, this thing's supposed to... So we have a big ridge, a big area of high pressure out here that's going to be across the Ohio Valley, which is going to be more dry, possibly more hot, and that'll knock its way... that'll knock the system down more east. So, like I said, obviously... you know, with that being said, I mean... You know, that's kind of what it looks like. But anyways... Yeah, but right now, the latest information, like I said, this thing is expected to be a, wow, so within the next 6 hours, according to the Hurricane Center, this thing will be a tropical storm, which, yeah, honestly, I agree. I agree. My cousin lives in Orlando. My girlfriend lives in Orlando. Yeah, my girlfriend lives there. She lives in Florida. My brother lives in Florida, too. So, my uncle lives in Florida, too. I have a lot of family in Florida. Like I said, I'm actually moving to Florida with my family, or my family lives in Florida. They've been in Florida for a long time, but I'm gonna be moving in with them 2 months from now. See, I think it's gonna be a mess. Yeah, it could be. It could be. You know, regardless, like I said, obviously this should be taken seriously. Like I said, you know, guys, like I said, if you live across the Big Bend area here, right, especially on the coastline, like I said, I would watch this. You know, I would keep an eye on it. Like I said, I'm not telling you guys to go out and completely raid stores or anything, but like I said, I mean, it wouldn't hurt if you go out and pick up a case or two of water, you know, just to be prepared for it. Like I said, once again, it's better to, you know, it's always good to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. I always say that here. So basically, like I said, you know, just grab a couple cases of water, you know, obviously, if you can. Don't steal them all, though. Just grab, like, 1 or 2 cases of water, you know. Maybe, you know, a little bit of food. Just stock up on groceries. That's all you really need to do. Like I said, that's just what I would do right now. I would keep an eye on it. You know, dust off the hurricane kit. So, you know, have all of your stuff together. Let's see here. What do I think about Notches, Mississippi? It's not going to have any problem for Mississippi. Should not have any form of issues for Mississippi. Let's see here. Been in Florida through so many. Nervous every time, says Shadow. Gotcha. Yeah, Shadow, like I said, obviously, like I said, there's no reason to, you know, freak out about it. I understand it could be a little scary. Trust me, I get it. I really do. You know, I've been in a couple tropical systems myself. But like I said, obviously, you know, once again, like I said, there's no reason to panic. Obviously, I mean, yeah, you got to watch it. You got to obviously monitor its situation. But like I said, it's nothing to you freak out about and, you know, panic and stuff, you know. See here, batteries. Yes. I would recommend, obviously, so in a hurricane kit, I would recommend having at least food for a week. I would recommend having, you know, water for a week. Let's see here. I recommend having, obviously, a flashlight with extra batteries. No weather radio if you wanted it. Obviously, portable chargers for your phones, and yeah, stuff like that. But obviously, first aid kit. Also, recommend having all your papers together, like, you know, insurance papers and, you know, all that stuff, because you don't want that to get wet. So yeah, just get all that, put it in one spot, and then just that's it. That's what you got to do. Let's see here. But like I said, there's still a bit of unknowns with the system right now. But like I said, it's trending to be intense. It's trending to be quite intense here, unfortunately. In which, you know, we're going to definitely need to watch this. This is not something to just brush off and, you know, just say, it's not going to do much. Because, like I said, I think this system, personally, I think this thing does have, you know, I think this thing does have the potential to be something pretty nasty. I really do. Let's see here. Jim says, yo, didn't think I'd be joining the hour, but here I am. What's up, Jim? Hope you're doing good. David says, thank you, Andrew. You're very welcome, David. Like I said, you're very, very welcome, y'all. Like I said, I care about every single one of you. I love every single one of you guys. Y'all matter. Every single person here that's in the live stream. And like I said, obviously, I'm going to be doing whatever I can to help you guys out during this situation here. And I'm going to be able to, you know, basically just prepare you guys. That's the whole thing about this channel. It's just making sure you guys are ready and, you know, obviously understanding what's going on. Let's see here. How much would I bet for what category it makes? I wouldn't bet anything because, like I said, there's still a lot of unknowns. It'd be a poor investment for me to bet on a category right now. But like I said, I'm thinking between Cat 2 and Cat 3 is what I believe. I mean, based off of the models we've been seeing, it seems the models are getting quite nasty looking. So we'll see. yeah, we'll be all. Like I said, we'll be all right. We just got to be watching this. Like I said, we have a couple days to prepare. I mean, like I said, this thing's expected to make landfall here about 3 days from now. About 3 days from now in Florida. So still a couple days away. Christine says, "Thank you for your help." You're very welcome, Christine. Y'all are very much welcome. Let's see here. Let me look here. What would happen? Let's see. Storm move east, strength, intensity, so many factors. I love hurricanes. Yeah, no, they're very, very. There's a lot of things you got to take into consideration. Like I said, the three main things you got to take into consideration with. Actually, I'm gonna name like 5 things you need to take into consideration. First of all, is actually 6 things. Okay, so the 6 things that obviously you need to look out for in hurricanes is, first of all, the amount of moisture that's in the atmosphere, how hot the surface temperatures are of the ocean, how strong the winds are and adjacent to the storm. Like, so obviously that's not a part of the storm. If you have a lot of strong winds, it'll rip apart the storm. So that's 3. You got to pay attention to the intensity. Obviously, you got to pay attention to the track, and you got to pay attention, essentially, what's the other one? Pay attention to the track, pay attention to the intensity, and like I said, also the speed. That's right, the speed is what you got to be paying attention to. So how fast it's moving. Let's see here. Trend continues. Model. I would see a high in Cat 1 to low in Cat 2, 3 from the model. Like I said, personally, right now I think it'll be around Cat 2, Cat 3. That's what I believe. Once again, that's not the official forecast from the Hurricane Center. They're playing it light right now. I know they're playing it light because like the models are screaming over Cat 1, but they're playing it light right now to obviously not cause panic, obviously. Because like I said, obviously, we don't want to cause panic, and like I said, things change at last minute. Obviously, that's that. But like I said, from what I see, yes, this thing will be upgraded. Let's see here. Does the coast of Alabama need to prepare for this? Probably not. No, it should not have much problems, if any, for coastal Alabama. I mean, like I said, the cone goes as far west as where this model has it hitting. So, like I said, it's a little bit, it's a little bit unlikely, or very, very much unlikely you'll get any big effects out of it. Let's see. There's no way it's going to only be a Cat 1. Yeah, the Gulf is hot. Oh, yeah, the Gulf is hot. A lot of moisture, lack of winds, so that's good. You don't want winds in a hurricane. I mean, obviously, yeah, hurricanes hold winds, yes, but I mean winds that are foreign to the hurricane, meaning it's not from the hurricane. Winds across the lower to upper atmosphere that are not from a hurricane could rip apart a storm, but in this case, that does not seem to be a problem, which is bad, considering that the storm should be able to keep its structure pretty well. Yeah, and like I said, obviously, yeah, the surface temperatures of the Gulf are really hot, really hot. Let's see, isn't storm surge number 1? Yes, storm surge is like one of the main problems with obviously the coastlines. Flooding's a big one. The winds are a big one. Yeah, the wind's not the main concern, believe it or not, even though the winds can be pretty nasty. I believe winds are second place. First is storm surge. Surge can happen with a tropical storm. Yes, they can. No, we'll likely see surges, absolutely. Across western Florida. We'll almost certainly see surges across, western side. In my opinion, where do I think it'll make landfall? Like I said, a lot can change, but personally, if I was to highlight an area, I mean, obviously, I'd say probably somewhere in here, personally. The models seem to be leaning a little bit more to the left here in the latest runs. That could obviously shift. Could move a little bit right to the right next time. Like I said, it seems like the model runs, though, are starting to push maybe a little bit more to the west. But I think, once again, probably right around these regions will be the most likelihood. Right around there, roughly. Let's see here. Still zoomed into Big Bend. Yeah. Like I said, oh no, I actually messed up my scene there. There we go, we're good. But I actually gotta lock that in place. I thought I had that locked. We're good. Okay. But yeah. Let's see here. So if the system had all the factors to strengthen / intensify, why isn't it? Why do some storms blow up in favorable conditions while others under the same don't? That's a really good question. So like I said, obviously every system is different. There's obviously different impacts, different conditions, different ingredients, different amounts of ingredients per different storm. It's never going to be the exact same environment for every storm. But Just know the most part is the surface temperatures, obviously of the ocean. It's really the big three things. The surface temperatures, the ocean, the lack of wind shear. So basically, weaker winds is good for the system. Obviously, like I said, not the winds in the hurricane, not those winds, but the winds that are, pushing against the hurricane. If they're too strong, that's going to rip apart the storm. So we need a weak amount of wind shear. Like I said, we need a lot of moisture. Sometimes you can get a lot of dry air that starts pulling into these storms, and that could hurt the storm and make it weaken. It's between those three factors. They're never the same. It's like baking a cake. You're never going to get the exact amount of ingredients. I mean, obviously, if you measure it, then you'll get close, but atomic-wise, you'd never be accurate. You'll never be 100% perfect. That's how these systems are. It's a bunch of ingredients mixing together. So think of it as baking a cake. So if you have a little too much of something, it could cause the outcome to be totally different, right? So you see what I'm saying? Hopefully that makes kind of sense to you. Let's see here. But like I said, whenever it comes to this, though, like I said, y'all, I mean, this thing, once again, this system here is, definitely looking like it has potential on it. That's kind of the bottom line here. Let's see here. HAFSB, is that a new model that came through? Oh, yep, Zero Zulu. Uh-oh. Yeah, this model goes a little crazy, too. The HAFSA. This actually, I believe this is a new model. They just came out with this here not too long ago. Pretty sure it's a relatively new atmospheric model for hurricanes. But yeah, the HAFS model has this thing getting up into like the 930 millibar zone. That is really, really low. Yeah. It has it, once again, going right there in the Big Bend, right in the middle of the Big Bend here. Let's see here. The HAFSB, which is the other parent model here, other model here. You can see this one's kind of showing a little similar track, maybe a little bit more to the west, but still right there in the Big Bend area. Let's see here. We got the HWRF model. Has this thing, same thing, getting right there towards the Big Bend. So you can kind of see a trend here. A lot of the models are showing this thing hitting the Big Bend here. Another model here, this is the HMON, so this one's a little bit more west, as you can tell. So the Big Bend's over here, obviously. This one's a little bit more to the west, okay, kind of near Panama City. Is that Panama City? Yes, Panama City. So that is that. And obviously we have the main models, like the GFS, the latest GFS model is a little bit more crazier, 970. That's what I'm saying. It looks like the models are starting to trend a little bit more to the west. Because like I said, obviously the HWRF model and the GFS are now showing it being more towards Panama City. But 970 millibars according to the new GFS model. That's pretty daggone low. So that is crazy. See, that model has it being a monster. Yeah, some of the models are very aggressive with this system. And like I said, it went from this morning, or yesterday morning, from the models really not taking this thing above Cat 1 to now that we got a better idea and that we're observing this a lot better. Like I said, now we're basically seeing this thing, really amp up here. Let's see here. But yeah. Oh my gosh, Jason! This man, you are so sweet, Jason. Welcome to the Category 1, or Category 4 club. Sorry, not Cat 1. I was used to talk about Cat 1s in this system. Jason, that is so sweet of you. I really appreciate that, man. That means a lot to me. Like I said, you guys, that really does mean a lot to me. Thank you so much for being a Category 4. Wow. That is amazing, Jason. Thank you so much for all that you've done. Greatly appreciated. You rock. Thank you, thank you. If there's anything I could do for you, let me know, okay? Big thank you. See here, right over Louisiana. No, like I said, this is not going to have really any problems for Louisiana. Yeah, I'm not worried about Louisiana. Like I said, this is mostly a concern. I would even say to Georgia as well. Like I said, I think Georgia could have a bit of problems with this system. Let's go ahead and move y'all back over here to the main frame here. Like I said, obviously, according to the Hurricane Center, they actually have this thing remaining a tropical storm all the way even up into 8 p.m. Which, that's pretty crazy. Yeah, 8 p.m. here for the 31st. Up in North Carolina here, 40 sustained, 50 gusts. So, like I said, obviously we should watch out for the Carolinas too. Carolina should monitor the progression of the storm. Georgia. Like I said, obviously the states that I would be preparing for is obviously, first of all, Florida, yes, number 1, Georgia number 2, South Carolina number 3, and North Carolina number 4. Those are the states I would really consider watching right now. Okay, so we'll need to keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Let's hope the storm doesn't make Cat 4, says Jason. Yeah, honestly, I agree. Let's hope it doesn't, because, like I said, it seems like those models are really picking up in quite nasty intensity, especially the HAF. The nastiest model is the HAFSB. This one is, like I said, by far the nastiest model of them all, getting down to 921 millibars. Like, that is just ridiculous. Oh my gosh, very tall too. Man, oh man, yeah, that would be quite nasty. Sustained of 136 knots. Yeah, like I said, that's literally there for like 156 miles an hour, which is just mind-boggling. But like I said, this is kind of a low likelihood of it being this strong. I don't expect it to be this strong personally, but I think it could get in the Cat 2, Cat 3 range. Like I said, personally, I think Cat 2, Cat 3 is the way to go with the system. That's what I kind of believe in. As of right now, I'd say probably upper Cat 2, lower Cat 3. It seems to be a possibility, but things can change. Just know that. And like I said, obviously, also remember, we're never going to be 100% accurate whenever it comes to weather. Like I said, there's so much factors to take into consideration. Like I said, it's a very difficult job. A lot of people don't understand how difficult weather forecasting actually is. I mean, there's a lot of things to take into consideration. But from what we've seen, like I said, personally, what I've seen, for a while, or for, since today, I should say, I think this thing will get to Cat 2, Cat 3. Let's see here. What's the difference between model A, or HAFB and A? I think they're different ensembles, pretty sure. So they're basically one model with two different runs, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure about that. So it's one model with two different runs, essentially. Pretty sure. Like I said, I'm pretty new to the HAFS model. That's a newer one. That's not been around for too long, from what I remember. But yeah, I tell you what, that model goes pretty crazy, though. That might be the new HWRF. It always seems like the HWRF is the one that goes crazy. Let's see here. Could this cross Florida and come out into the Atlantic and run up the coast? Some models, is it still in the models? So you mean like, hitting Florida, going off and then strengthening and running up the coast? I wouldn't say strengthening too much personally, but I would say that it could, obviously have some impacts, to the coast here. Now, if you mean like up here, no. Probably not. Like I said, that's really far down in the system's time, really far down in line. But like I said, I think that we will feel impacts, throughout Florida, Georgia, North and South Carolina. I do, personally. And we'll definitely need to be, keeping an eye out there for it. Wow, I've almost been live for 2 hours. I didn't even realize how long we've been live here today. You just get so into the moment, guys. It's just, you just forget about time sometimes. Let's see here. Pretty sure the Hurricane model was meant to replace the HWRF. Interesting. Clean Logic says, "Yo, chat. What's the update? It's strengthening. We're looking for a hurricane in Florida." So yeah, Clean. We are, like I said, right now the Hurricane Center. They're playing it light right now. They're playing it safe by, calling it pretty low at the moment. But like I said, they're saying around, kind of a lower mid-level Category 1 hurricane on making landfall. Now, what I think, personally, after, analyzing this for hours and watching all the models trend and everything like that, I think it'll be Cat 2, Cat 3, personally. Right now, the Hurricane Center has Cat 1. I think Cat 2, Cat 3 is possible. So, that's that. Let's see here. Do I think people that got it worse than Ian will get it again? What, you mean like hit the same place? No, it's very unlikely it'll hit the same place. Yeah, Ian hit down towards Cape Coral, if I remember correctly. This one's going to go more north of that. And if you are saying, like I said, if you are saying, do I think it'll be the same amount of impacts as Ian? We don't know. We really don't know. Personally, I think it's going to remain Cat 1, Cat 2. Ian was a Cat 4, I believe. Cat 4 is Ian. I think upper level Cat 4, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. People are definitely worried and you help. Well, that's the point. Like I said, obviously I want to make sure y'all are prepared. I'm not trying to scare anybody. I'm just here to make sure you guys are, understanding what's going on. That's all I'm here for. Once again, I say it all the time. We care about you guys. I really, really do care about every single one of y'all. And like I said, I'm going to be here, to walk you guys through this. Like I said, I did a live stream here earlier, again, to obviously update you guys. And like I said, the new update came out, then I went back live again. So I'm going to walk you guys through this. Like I said, obviously just know you're not alone. We got y'all. See, Cat 5 was Ian. I don't think Ian was a Cat 5, was it? Ian was not a Cat 5. My memory's that bad. It was? What? No way. What? Oh, wait a minute. No, it was a Cat 4 at Landfall. That's what I mean by it. Okay. Oh, yeah. It got to Cat 5 just before Landfall, then it died to Cat 4. Yeah, it made Landfall here. So that is, that's that. Let's see here. Let's see here. So that is that. Let's see. Let's see. Mojo said you're freaking me out. I'm worried. Like I said, don't be worried. Like I said, honestly, I get it. It's a little freaky. I get it. But like I said, obviously, like I said, we'll walk you guys through it. Like I said, obviously right now, just be aware of the situation that's ongoing. And like I said, obviously if you live across portions here of like I said, the Big Bend here, like I said, got to keep an eye on it. Let's see here. Ian was bad because it stalled over Fort Myers. Yeah. Hopefully this one moves fast. Like I said, this one is probably going to be moving quite quickly. This one's probably going to be, moving, like I said, fairly quickly. I mean, not very fast, but it's going to be moving, I mean, faster than what Ian did. Yeah, faster than what Ian did. Like I said, this guy's supposed to go, like 15 miles an hour between, right here and here. So, let's see, I'm worried in Polk County. That's where my brother lives, in Polk County. Yeah, like I said, Polk County, we need to keep an eye on it. Like I said, obviously some indirect impacts are possible. So we'll have to keep an eye on it overall. But yeah, that's essentially what we're looking at. Let's see here. Weather stress, all the inevitable. Focus on what you can control. Absolutely. And like I said, I mean, you guys, we have a couple days to prepare for this. It's not like we don't have any time to prepare at all. Like, so we got about 3 days to prepare for this. Right about roughly 3 days from today, right now, roughly 3 days from right now. Like I said, that is that. Let me see here. Even if something is forecasted, weather is still completely unpredictable. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, there is still a lot that we don't know. That's the thing. I wouldn't say completely unpredictable, but I'd say there is some unpredictabilities that we will run into problems with. Obviously, to keep an eye on it. Let's see here. But, like I said, we'll just have to watch this one closely. Let's see. We're going to go ahead and hop back over to the model, y'all. Going to show y'all what's going on here. So like I said, the models are obviously trending a little bit heavy because like I said, this thing's going to be stalling right across the eastern Yucatan into western side here of like I said, the western side of Cuba. It's going to be stalling here. It's over some really warm waters even here. It's over some really, really warm waters. It's going to be stalling. There's not much wind shear. It's in a prime environment for intensification. And like I said, the satellite imagery I seen the day before compared to what I see now, so much improvements. The storm is circulating. You can very obviously see where the central low is now. And, even in the last update, from the last 3 hours, we had an update come through at 11 o'clock, was it? Or let's see, 1 o'clock. That's right, 11 and 1 o'clock. So it was 11 p.m. Eastern and 1 a.m. Eastern. Within that 3 hours, the pressure dropped 4 millibars. It went from 1,005 to 1,001. That is actually a really big drop. It's actually a really big drop. So this thing's already proving itself based off of satellite imagery as well as off of estimated observations here. I don't know if it's estimated or if it's observed, but we're talking right now 1,001 millibars. So it's dropped, meaning it's getting stronger. Anytime the pressure drops, it means the system's getting stronger overall. But like I said, obviously this thing is going to be working its way, and picking up some more strength. Now, it's actually obviously going to be in an environment where there's a lot of moisture. There's going to be a lot of, a lack of wind shear, which is good. Not much winds shredding apart the storm. Winds are pretty weak for the most part, so that's good. So we're not going to have the storm, get shredded up here. I mean, it's good for the system, not good for, obviously, everybody who's here. But then, like I said, obviously continue pushing north here into even warmer waters, actually. The warmer waters, about a degree or 2 Celsius, is higher across West Florida here versus, obviously down here between the two. So have to watch out for this here overall. So we'll keep it on it. We'll definitely have to watch out for it. Let's see here. Will I be streaming tomorrow night? Yes, we'll be live tomorrow night to cover this. Absolutely. I'll probably do two live streams tomorrow to cover this here. Like I said, knowing me, I usually go live for try to do it twice a day. I typically try to go live for like twice a day in order to, obviously get y'all with the first update and then the next update. Let's see here. But yeah, so that's the HWRF model showing that. And then, of course, we have the HMON. Let's see here. HMON here showing the system here going a little bit more to the west there. Still causing some impacts for, like, maybe even there towards, like, Panama City, like we were talking about, Apalachicola there. Let's see here. Crazy how Hurricane Ivan loops back and hit again. Not as a hurricane, but as it remains. Yeah, no, some systems are crazy. Some of them are pretty nuts. Let's see here. Then we have HAFS-A. This one has it getting, pretty daggone strong right there in the Big Bend there. I mean, obviously going right, just fitting perfectly in that little cove there. And then HAFS-B. This is the most ridiculous model we got going on. This one shows it kind of similar, a little bit more to the west, but still a really nasty storm. And like I said, literally 1,021. Like I said. Check on the Icon model. Like I said, Icon model is not really the best for, tropical systems. I really don't like to use, Icon too much whenever we're in this time of the forecast. I mean, for example, a reason why is because, Bermuda is not even in the cone of uncertainty. This model has Franklin, the other storm, going right over Bermuda. And then, like I said, obviously that's interesting. And this model barely even has a tropical storm. So, like I said, there's a lot of, there's a lot of bad things about this model. It's not a good tropical weather model at all. Let's see here. Clean says, really like the content. Good stuff, sir. Thank you so much, Clean. Very, very sweet of you. I appreciate it. Let's see. I don't like the GFS anymore. Well, yeah, I get it. I get it. There's some models you grow to like and some you grow to hate, but at the end of the day, you gotta still take their opinions, because I mean, like I said, it's never good to be biased to just one or a couple models. You gotta take all the models for the most part. All the main models, and put them to act. Like I said, the latest GFS has this thing pretty solid. A lot stronger than what the previous run had to say. So like I said, we're seeing an uptick in intensity here. We're definitely seeing an uptick. Let's see here. But yeah, so we'll definitely need to watch out for this here. How's in a 26 U-Haul trailer? It's going to go to Orlando because Ian was supposed to hit. This year, I'm not in that position. That's good. Yeah, that's pretty hectic. Definitely a little bit crazy out there, that's for sure. Like I said, y'all, it's not just Florida. Like I said, we got to keep an eye out there for Georgia too. I mean, between Georgia and South Carolina, like I said, we're talking, sustained winds here of 50 miles an hour, with gusts up to around 65. Like I said, also eastern side here of North Carolina, still, according to the Hurricane Center, expected to be, like I said, expected to be right here at around, like I said, obviously, tropical storm status, for the PM of obviously 8 p.m. here for the 31st. Still a tropical storm in eastern North Carolina, according to the latest cone. So it's a little interesting. Let's see here. Let's see, back in my day, we had one model, the weather. Yeah, no, weather models have been around for years, many, many years. I think weather models go back like before computers. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, weather models probably go. I think they go way back in like the early 1900s. But obviously, they weren't really the best. They weren't that accurate, obviously. But the models are a lot more accurate now than what they were a long time ago. That's for sure. Let's see here. I'm in Holmes County, in Big Bend, says Christine. Yeah, keep an eye on it, Christine. Obviously, we gotta keep an eye on it. Let's see. I'm curious about New York City getting hit. New York's not gonna get hit. I will tell you though, we have, like I said, Franklin out there. Franklin's supposed to be a beast, Category 4. It's going to remain to the west of, obviously the west of Bermuda and to the east here of the United States. Like I said, will cause, some, like I said, will likely cause some surges and all that issues across, the eastern side. Let's see here. But yeah, no, like I said, Christine, yeah, keep an eye on it. Something for you to watch. Because like I said, it seems like the models have this thing, the most likely probability will be across, obviously, like, the most likely probability will be across portions of, like the little Big Bend area. Does Alabama get rain and wind? Of course. A lot of places get rain and wind. You mean out of the system? No. What models did indeed exist prior to computers, though I don't remember how they ran. Humans. I think they calculated them. Literally with math. Pretty sure that's how they used to do it back in like the time before computers. Yep. They take equations. Computer models just simply a bunch of equations. Fluid dynamics, all that stuff. Let's see here. First forecast was made back. First forecast was made back in August 1st, 1861. Wow, that is interesting. So that was a while ago. It is quite some time ago. It looks like. But yep. But yeah, like I said, we got to keep an eye out there for this guy because we're gonna feel some effects. On the U.S. East Coast. I mean, obviously we have this system too. It's going to cause some problems, maybe for the Carolinas. We'll see. When do we get the next update? Is there a set time? It should be right around 5. Wow, it's already been an hour since that. So we've been live for like 2 hours now. So the new update comes out at 5 a.m., I think. But we're not going to be live for that. I'm not going to be live for 5 a.m. I'm telling you that. It's getting kind of late here, y'all. So I'm not sure when I'm going to end the live stream, but like I said, I wanted to hop back on to let you guys know what was going on there. First weather model was made in 1956. Wow. That's crazy. It was a while ago. You could say that. Let's see here. Yeah, they used to tell by licking their finger and sticking it in the air. Okay. Interesting. 10 inches of rain. It's I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure they used to just calculate them by math. Let's see here. Have you guys ever seen the meme of the weather rock with that little string and you have a rock on it, and if it's blowing, if it's sideways, it means the wind's blowing. If it's wet, it means it's raining. If it's not there, it means a tornado. I always found that pretty funny. Anyways, a little off topic from the current situation here, but yeah, that's just late hours at NWW16. That's what you can expect here. That was the natives. But anyways, like I said, guys, yeah, this thing is, like I said, picking up some strength here. I mean, just by sitting right here between, the eastern Yucatan into western Cuba. Let's see here. Yeah, into western Cuba here, it's gonna pick up some strength. Obviously, depending on how much it strengthens between here, this will give it a head start before it starts heading towards warmer waters. So, like I said, there's some models that even have it at Cat 1 at this point. I don't know if I trust that. I mean, I think it could be a Cat 1 is like, obviously as early as being quite parallel to Key West. I think the hurricane center's got that pretty good. But I think after it's going to really pick up in intensity. Let's see here. Get some rest, thank you. You're very welcome. Yeah, I'm going to head off here in a few minutes, y'all. I'm in, let's see, Zephyr Hills, Florida. I think the storm will trend, let's see, I think the storm will trend west away from us? Let me look at it. I have not really pulled up any specific areas, but I can do that. Hold on. You said, how you, what, Zep? Let's see, I'm trying to, Zephyr Hills? Here we go. Got it. All right, we're good. Okay, yeah, you're by Tampa, south of Ocala. Gotcha. So yeah, I think it is going to be to your west. Yes, I mean obviously you're still in the cone. You know, it's not impossible this thing will cross near you, but like I said, obviously I think it's going to remain pretty decently to your west. With that being said, though, like I said, I do think you'll get some rain bands out of this. You know, maybe some inner, like I said, kind of middle outer bands, maybe. Raul says, I'm thinking Category 3. I'm thinking Cat 2 to Cat 3. Yeah, I'm thinking in that range here. I'll give you an update tomorrow what I think will be possible. So, like I said, it depends on the models. It depends on all kinds of things. All kinds of, things out there. Let's see, north of Polk County. You know, it's funny. I used to technically live in Lakeland with my brother for a while. It was for 4 months. I wouldn't call it living there. I was visiting him, but I ended up being there for like 4 months, so if you want to call that living, go ahead. But I was in Lakeland, in Polk County. Like I said, my brother lives out here in these regions. He's been here for many, many years. And like I said, I'm moving in with him not this month, but the month after. I'm moving down here to Polk County. So I'll be in Florida as well. See here. Yeah, just north of Polk County. Yep. So yeah, you're not too far. Yeah, he lives out there in Lakeland. So obviously Lakeland's not far away from you at all. See here. Gwen says, thank you so much. You're the best. You're very, very welcome. You are so welcome, my friend. Yeah, I mean, like I said, guys, that is, the bottom verdict here is, one last time, this thing is picking up a lot of intensity. I mean, it's already rapidly developing here. Pressure's been dropping dramatically. The circulation's become a lot more visible. The waters are supportive of it. There's a lot of moisture. There's a lack of wind shear, which is good. Like I said, obviously this thing's going to track its way to the north into even warmer waters, going to rapidly develop, I mean, turning into quite a beast possibly, so we'll need to watch out for it. Let's see here. All good. I lived in North Carolina for a summer last year. Gotcha. But yeah, but this is kind of the overall verdict. Once again, the Hurricane Center is playing it light right now because there's still a bit of unknown, so they're kind of, keeping an eye on it, as much as I am, obviously. We're all keeping an eye on it right now. They're playing it light right now at the moment to obviously, just keep an eye on things. But personally, like I said, I think it'll get up to at least a Category 2, if not Cat 3. Let's see here. What if it started hauling east or northeast tomorrow as a tropical storm? I don't think that's possible because, like I said, considering that the winds, there's very light winds out here, and it's barely even moving. See, have I heard the story of people shooting guns in hurricanes down there in Florida? It's not surprising. It's really not surprising. Yeah, wouldn't recommend it. Don't do that. But yeah, would not surprise me. I mean, it's Florida after all. Florida's a beautiful place, they say. But all right. Well, guys, I think I'm going to be heading off here soon. Like I said, I think I'm going to head off here pretty soon. Like I said, if you guys did enjoy this, like I said, I don't ask for anything on this channel. I don't ask for, obviously, anything. Except if you guys could leave a like. That's really all I'd ask you. If you consider subscribing, that'd be awesome. Be greatly appreciated. If you shoot it, the lead bullet's going to come right back down and hit something. Maybe someone, I don't know. But would not be a good thing to really do. But anyways, but like I said, yeah, I mean it is going to be a system that needs to be watched for a while. Like I said, it definitely has good potential on it. Let's see here. Amy says good night. Good night, Amy. Like I said, we're gonna head off here probably in about 5 or 10 minutes or so, guys. See you right on, man. Thanks for being here tonight. I'll see you around tomorrow. See you later, Ralph. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. just thank y'all for hanging out with us here. Like I said, it's gonna need to be watched for sure. Definitely quite an interesting system. This is like the first big threat to the U.S. this year, so and I think it has potential. I do. I really do. Let's see here. Don't mind all the scenarios. Like I said, once again, I personally, if you want to know my personal opinion here, for what I've seen, it seems like it's a most likely area right in here for landfall. According to the trends and models and what, most of the models have it right in here. And like I said, intensity-wise, probably Cat 2 to Cat 3. So Cat 2, Cat 3, possibly right in this little cove area. We'll see. Like I said, obviously this is probably going to change, but it very well could change. Let's see here. Sleep well this night. You too. Do I think that Thomasville, Georgia will be affected? Yeah, no, Georgia needs to watch out for this. I mean, like I said, central southern Georgia should pay attention to this because, like I said, according to the Hurricane Center, this thing still is going to be a decent tropical storm as it rolls its way through, like I said, obviously Georgia, sustained around 50, gusts up to 65. Obviously working its way towards North Carolina here too. Like I said, sustained winds of 40, dropping a bit of speed, obviously, gusts up to 50. According to the Hurricane Center, like I said, this thing is still expected to remain a tropical storm as it crosses through Georgia and the Carolinas, so we'll need to watch it. Let's see here. Gwen says, thank you, or good night, and thank you, my friend. Hope your brother stays safe. Well, thank you, Gwen. That's very sweet of you. Let's see here. All right, I'm out. We'll see. Shall see tomorrow how it looks 3 days out, says Paul. Yep, we'll see. Or today, I guess. We'll be back later today. I'll give y'all more information. Ryan says, thank you, Andrew, for all the help and information on this. You're very welcome. Like I said, I'm here for you guys. I care about y'all. I want y'all to be, safe out there. It's the main thing of this channel. Like I said, that's the main thing of this channel. Like I said, I'm not going to, I want to mention, like I said, personally, you have all these channels that do sponsorships and stuff like that. I'm not going to add any sponsorships to this channel. Because, like I said, I feel like, YouTube advertises enough. So, stuff like that I'm never gonna do on this channel. Just gonna keep it flat the way it should be. But like I said, you guys are very welcome. Like I said, we care about y'all. It's all about safety here, nothing else. Let's see here. Kind of early to say what kind of flooding risks are we talking about. So, like I said, it is a little bit. Like I said, it is obviously, yeah, you're right. It's a little too early. But like I said, according to some of the models, we're talking like 3 to 5 inches of rainfall possible. That will 100% change. That will likely 100% change here. Are those buoy icons on the map? They sure are. Yep, they're buoys. They tell us current information, like the wave periods. This one doesn't show the surface temperature. Very hot waters. This one didn't. That one didn't show the wind speeds. This one has cameras. Some of these have cameras. Winds are calm. With gusts up to 2, so pretty calm out there. Comes up, must come down, pretty much. Yeah, but no, these will be very useful. These buoys will be very useful for whenever the storm gets near those regions. So I'll be able to, whenever we do live coverage, you better believe I'm going to be live for this as it makes landfall too. I will be live for this, and I will, be live for, as we were for Hillary too, that not too long ago impacted California. I'll be live for this one too, obviously, to keep y'all informed and all that stuff. We'll have a lot of information coming through on the channel. So, let's see. Have the new models come out. Cat 3, 4 just shifted the west to Alabama. No, they have not shifted to the west to Alabama. No, like I said, we're talking. Right now, Big Bend area seems to be the area of the area of landfall. That's kind of what we're looking at. Alrighty. Alright, well, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and head off here for now. I got to say a good big thank you to our supporters. We had, Courtney becoming a tropical stormer. We had Raul becoming a Cat 1, and Jason becoming a Category 4. Obviously, our only donor today, or our donor today, in general, Jason, thank you so much. You absolutely rock, dude, for supporting the channel. You are the best, Jason. Big shout out goes to you. Thank you so much for that. And like I said, just thank every single one of y'all for hanging out with us. Thank you guys for, joining and, all of that stuff. Like I said, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Like I said, don't be scared of this. Like I said, just keep an eye on it. Don't be scared. Just be prepared, as we always say. And like I said, tomorrow, if you live towards Big Bend out there, obviously like right in these regions here in Florida, I mean, I would recommend just going and get a few cases of the water just to be precautious. Maybe week supply worth of food, stuff like that. Just get prepared for it. Like I said, obviously, I'm not telling you to go out and completely flood the stores and buy every bit of water you can. No, like I said, just buy 1 or 2 cases, and that's about all you need to do for now. And just make sure you dust off your hurricane kit and stuff like that. So, but all right. Well, anyways, guys, I really appreciate y'all. You guys absolutely rock. We love y'all. Be safe out there. Ready for the hurricane party? I wish I was down there for the hurricane party. I am all for a hurricane party. But whenever I move to Florida, like I said, obviously I have my family down there. When I move with my brother in Florida, I'm gonna be able to do some hurricane parties. So, all right, guys, y'all take care. Stream's gonna head off here in approximately 2 minutes. So if you guys have anything you want to go ahead and say in the chat, I will say goodbye in the chat with y'all. If there's anything that you guys want to say in the chat, go ahead and do it now. But all right, well, you guys have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. Stream countdown is now starting now. All right, guys, we'll catch you guys later on today for another update, and we'll see you guys later on. All right, y'all, be safe out there. See you later.